a team now that could you could see them winning 2 more games and getting to 8 wins. I could see once again this division winner being an 8-win team. This division coming down to an 8 or 9 win team, and someone, that last week of the season coming down to somebody, we're going to be watching a 1 o'clock Eastern game or a 4:25 Eastern game, and sitting there as someone is either sitting at home watching either someone win or lose, and that determines who's going to the playoffs, just like it did last season. And unfortunately for the Bucks, that was the Panthers ended up going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And so, and they look, you win your division, you get to host a playoff game, but an under 500 team, should they be hosting a playoff game? That's a conversation for another day. But if you look at the rest of the division, the Falcons have no pass rushers anymore. Both their pass rushers are hurt. So this defense is completely decimated. Michael Penix hasn't participated fully in practice yet. He can't do anything with pads on. He can't do anything in 11-on-11s. He can't do anything real yet. And we're 3 weeks away from the start of the regular season. We're just over 3 weeks from them having their first game on Sunday. So you can't really count him into this quarterback battle just yet. You've got Tua, whose first snap in preseason under Kevin Stefanski was a fumble. I can't take this team seriously. I wanted to take this team seriously.
Right.
But right now, I just can't. So I'm going to go with the team that I think has the best quarterback on their roster and has the best chance, I think, to win the division. And that's Tampa right now. As much as I like Bryce Young, as much as I like Dave Canales and what they've added to their defense and what they can do, I still like Baker Mayfield more than Bryce Young. And as much as I like the Saints and what Tyler Shuck can do, I still think they're a year away from really competing for a division. I like Baker Mayfield and the Bucks to win this division, even if it's only 8 wins, even if it's 9 wins. I still think because of the injuries and the up in the air quarterback play that you're going to get from the Falcons, and even the up in the air play that you might get from Bryce Young and the Panthers, we know what we're going to get from Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. That's consistent.
I think so. And even though their 2 biggest stars have been disgruntled here in the offseason, Baker Mayfield gave a deadline of the start of training camp to get a new contract done, showed up, didn't hold out, didn't hold in. Mm-hmm. He's there. He's their franchise quarterback. He wants a new deal. He has not gotten that new deal. So he's been pretty quiet throughout camp to this point, even though the way they started was absolute disappointment from his end, kind of looking at it as disrespect from the Buccaneers, the way that they have yet to give him a new deal, an extended deal, even though they say he's their franchise quarterback. Vita Vea wants a new deal, has requested a trade. He's still there. Mm-hmm. He isn't practicing. And I think the latest with him is when he's been around the team, he intentionally doesn't wear the team gear. He's out there, he's not working out, but he's around, but he's not wearing Buccaneers stuff. He's making his point. He wants to be moved.
Yeah.
Okay. If he's back in the mix, I'm with you. I think Tampa's the best roster. I think they're the best team in the division, and they have the best quarterback. So Baker Mayfield, speaking to reporters yesterday, talked about the expectations heading into this season.
I think we're going to shock a lot of people this year, and so I'm excited to just get on the road and do that.
Surprise people? You say you're going to shock people?
Yeah, listen, embellish it. There's no embellishing. I think you can't avoid it. There's the TVs everywhere. I think everybody's. Yeah, hell yeah, I am. Everybody's picking us probably to have a losing record, so we'll see.
So that's Baker Mayfield yesterday with reporters. Shocking, surprising. It's all the same. Mm-hmm. I would say this. That's Baker Mayfield, right? He's got moxie. He always has a chip on his shoulder, even though he was the number 1 draft pick and a Heisman winner. He's got a chip on his shoulder. Yeah. And that's what makes him great, right? In the world of professional sports, is he the elite of elite quarterbacks? He's somewhere, in that range of, if we're stacking quarterbacks, anywhere from 10 to 16. I could see someone making a case for Baker in that range.
Yeah.
So he's above average sometimes. Mm-hmm. He's never at the elite level, but he can win. Mm-hmm. And he's a tough dude. And yeah, I don't disagree with them. I don't know if there's a lot of people picking them to not win over like 6 games though.
No.
I don't
I
don't think anyone has Tampa Bay as the last place team
No.
in the NFC South.
No. I think that's going to come down to the Falcons or the Saints. And I think it's because of the injuries and the unknown at quarterback at Falcons. And I think it's because people just think the Saints might be a year early, and some of the injuries that they've suffered as well. And just what happens to Tyler Shuck this year. And I think that, again, part of the reason, and this is not a knock on Baker Mayfield, it's just a knock necessarily maybe on the team, and the team might be using this against Baker Mayfield. But when this team, let's say the Bucs win the division and move on and they face a wild card team in the playoffs, that wild card team could be the Rams or the Seahawks or the Packers or the Bears or the Lions or the 49ers. Like, they're going to lose. You know what I mean? They're going to be an underdog. They're going to be at home, but odds are they're going to be a home dog, and odds are they're going to lose that game. So if I'm the Bucs and I'm going into negotiations, I'm going to say, well, you can't, like, what have you done for us? You've gotten us to the playoffs.
You could also argue that in the NFC, the 3 other divisions outside of the South could all make an argument that they could get 3 teams into the playoffs.
Of course.
The East, Dallas, Philly, Washington.
Yeah.
Giants fans sniffing a wild card, maybe an Abdalla sniffer. I don't know. We'll see. The North, obviously, all 4 teams think that they got a chance. And in the West, you could argue that the 3 teams at the top of the West are some of the best teams in football overall. Mm-hmm. San Francisco, if they can deal with the injury situation, maybe. But like Seattle and LA, those are probably 2 of the 5 best teams in football. Cardinals, sorry, maybe in 5 years we'll talk to you. But like, you could make an argument that all 3 of those divisions that are not the South could have 3 teams make the playoffs.
Absolutely. And I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that the only sniffing the Giants are going to be doing are going to be smelling salts.
Okay. That's all right. That's well done. That's well done.
Thank you.
I don't think you'll top that for the rest of the show.
I should probably just sit out the rest of the show. Can you go solo the rest of the day?
I can. I've got some.
That might be the best I can do today.
I've got thoughts on Mark Walter and the Dodgers lined up. I've got thoughts. How about this? An early NBA season preview I can go into. I've got that.
Okay, I need to stick around. Okay,
I've got my list.
I might need to stick around then.
Come on,
it's a little early for that.
I've got a list of the must-see NBA games for this year.
Okay, I need to stick around then because it's a little early for that.
I've got college
Let's not
football
get crazy
thoughts.
here. Okay, all right, that'll fly.
Okay, all right. You don't want to hear my NBA thoughts here.
How many days out from the regular season are we? Is it time for our 67 days out NBA divisional previews?
You really want me to find out
how many days away we are from the start of the NBA regular season as we pick our MVP of the regular season?
Yeah, you want me?
We do our award selection.
Let's see. October, I believe opening day is what? October 19th? October 20th.
Is it October 20th?
October 20th.
Okay.
8 weeks, 2 days, 13 hours, 48 minutes.
Oh my God. Thanks.
So I mean, we could start. We could
clearly,
start
there's
that
no better
countdown
time
now.
to make the predictions than based off that, Chris. I mean, that's it.
we could certainly do it because you guys enjoyed it so much here on the Summer of Football on the Bleck Abdalla Show. The day that I brought up,
62 days away from October 20th.
the day that I brought up,
let's do it.
Football moments in football movies.
Yeah.
In non-football movies.
Yeah.
You really enjoyed that.
That was a great day.
Yeah.
Great day in the Bleck Abdalla
The real
program.
twist of the knife was that was the category, and then you, who came up with the category, had a tie at 5, so you actually had,
really
six,
had 6. Yeah.
Even though you said it was going to be top 5, and you broke your own rule as you had a football movie but a non-football scene in it. So you set a bunch of rules.
It was team bonding. It was a team bonding moment, Raj, with the kids.
Yeah.
At the football players going to see their teacher in her after hours gig. That's what it was. Varsity Blues. It was a bonding moment.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was a team building moment for Mox, for Billy Bob, for all the
know what,
Twitter,
guys?
they were
As I
all
do
there.
the math here, because
Yeah.
Abdalla just mentioned it's 62 days until the NBA
Yeah.
regular season opens. That means this Tuesday will be 55 days out. I think we owe it not only to
We'll do our
ourselves, but
playoff
to the
predictions?
audience to do our playoff predictions 55 days out
we should
from
probably,
the NBA
yeah,
season.
yeah.
The same way we did with the NFL.
Yeah.
I hope you have something great planned today for the summer of football, being 21 days out. I hope that Abdalla has something great planned for us.
Why would I have it for an
'cause-
odd number?
Because you just want to, because blackjack. That's why.
But that's so rare.
Well,
I
it's a special day.
rarely get a blackjack.
Well, it's a special day.
Abdalla's going to share memories of being a Deion Sanders fan, a great 21. That could be a good
Yeah,
one.
see?
Yeah.
There you go. Prime time.
yeah. You should
Can we
probably
get him to do
focus
the
on what's going on in
dance? Do the high
Colorado.
step dance for the YouTube
Yeah.
audience?
It would be great.
That'd be great.
I guess you'll stick around.
Yeah, I'll stick around now.
I guess.
After the smelling salts joke.
But it was a good joke.
Thank you.
Congrats.
It
was a really
well
good
done.
joke.
Well played.
Appreciate
It was
it.
good.
Really
I
good joke.
laughed.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. You can call or text the show at 310-840-4910. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with Baker Mayfield. The Bucs may surprise people. When you say surprise, is that winning the division? You're the favorite on DraftKings here in the offseason. Is surprise getting to the NFC Championship game? Yeah, that would be a surprise to me.
Yeah. That would be betting on yourself and surprising and because you didn't take the deals that the Bucs presented to you and you didn't take the 2-year offer and you didn't take the money that they wanted you to take and you're betting on yourself and the Bucs will ultimately regret that decision.
I find it so hard to believe that a year from now, 2 years from now, that Baker Mayfield won't be the Bucs quarterback.
I mean, he could be. He could play really well. They could offer him a worthy deal and he could accept it and then this won't be an issue.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean is like next year they could franchise tag him.
Yeah.
But 2 years from now, I find it so hard to believe when you have a quarterback who can lead a team, who can play, to just let them go.
Who's taking you to the playoffs? Like he's taking the Bucs to the playoffs.
Pay him $50 million a year. That's all you got to do. We're not saying pay him 65.
That's what he's
set the
asking for
market.
too, from what we've heard. That's what he wants. He's not asking for 65 million a year. He's asking for in that $50 million range, but he wants respectable years.
Yeah, and
He
that's
doesn't
fair.
want a 2-year deal.
And
he wants a
those-
4 or 5 year deal. Like that's respectable.
Those names above the $50 million a year average, you're looking at Jalen Hurts 51, Lamar Jackson 52, Justin Herbert 52.5, Brock Purdy 53, Jared Goff 53, Matthew Stafford 55. If you land anywhere below 55, I think that makes a lot of sense for Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
The thing that throws it all out of whack is that the Packers gave Jordan Love his contract of $220 million, which is $55 a year. I think it's a toss-up on the argument on who's the better quarterback, Jordan Love or Baker Mayfield.
Absolutely.
You know, like the Brock Purdy at 53, that seems to be perfect. That would make sense. Because I think Brock Purdy and Baker Mayfield are about the same quarterback.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. They're both quarterbacks you can win with.
I
They're both
would lean towards Baker, but I think that's the level that he's at.
Absolutely. They're both quarterbacks that you can win with. They're both quarterbacks that have gone to the playoffs, taken their teams to the playoffs, and they're both quarterbacks that have won. So I don't understand the Bucs' hesitation other than that they're looking for an excuse to get rid of the coaching staff and to get rid of Baker.
Could one of the sport's biggest franchises be sold? We'll tell you who that is coming up next. This summer, the DraftKings Sports app is now available in all 50 states.
New DraftKings customers sign up with code BNA26 and spend $5 to get $150 in rewards within 14 days. That includes all markets.
That's code BNA26 for Bleck and Abdalla 26. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Connecticut. Call 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org on behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas. Bet tax pass through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus void in Canada. Event contract trading with DraftKings predictions involves risk of loss. Availability varies. Predictions offer void in New York. Bet to get bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Trade to get prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. $50 in rewards issued every 7 days via click to claim for 14 days. One non-withdrawable reward redeemable, nationwide based on sportsbook predictions and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state. Terms at dkng.co/offer. Limited time offer.
The Cardinals offense had been a surprise of the preseason, but rookie running back Jeremiah Love is now dealing with a high ankle sprain. Will the number 3 overall pick return to the backfield by Arizona's opener? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Last week, to many of us who cover sports and in the sports world, it was a surprise to see that the Los Angeles Lakers were sold. Not only were the Los Angeles Lakers sold, it was also the team was sold within 72 hours. Mark Walter sold the Lakers to Bob Iger in a group and it took place very quickly, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of this stems from this idea that the reporting that's out there, Wall Street Journal, The Athletic, all these different publications reporting on the federal probe that's looking into the business dealings of Mark Walter's companies, his insurance companies, and then the debt that he is carrying based on those insurance companies, and essentially like a what has been reported, a closed loophole of his insurance companies giving out deals to other companies that he owns to then take advantage of regulations. I'm not very smart on this topic. I've read a lot about it because I think it's fascinating. I'm guessing maybe we could get like a Big Short type film out of it. At the end of the day, I don't know. We'll see if
more like a Bernie Madoff type documentary.
See if Christian Bale is available to explain this to us.
Yeah.
On how this is working. But it would appear as if the reason that the Lakers were sold was that Mark Walter needs cash and he needs it quickly, and he needs it before the end of this year. And so he is selling off assets. Not only did he sell off the Lakers, he had a stake in Chelsea, the football club in England, which he has sold off as well. So he's no longer an owner of Chelsea or the Lakers. He is the owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers. And the Dodgers have made their name in the last 5 years by doing what? Yes, winning World Series. They've won 2 in a row, and they have a chance to win a third this year. But the big conversation when it comes to the Dodgers is the deferred payments to superstars. Mm-hmm. So taking these huge contracts and then pushing out the payments till years in the future, which means you don't actually have to have the cash to pay off those contracts in the moment. And I think what I saw one publication point out is that there's 9 players that have deferred contracts for the Dodgers that go out till 2047. 2047.
Yeah, good 20 years.
Could you imagine the Bleck and Abdalla show in 2047 right here on Westwood One Sports?
It's a lot of zoo news.
It's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of zoo news.
It's a lot of zoo news.
It's a lot of zoo news. You're right. Point being is that you don't actually have to have the cash if you are pushing out deferred payments that far because I'm guessing the way it's thought is at some point you flip the franchise, you're not the owner anymore and someone else's problem.
It's not your money anymore.
Right? Like then you don't have to worry about paying Shohei Ohtani for the next 20 years.
Yep.
Or any of those players, Kyle Tucker, any of the names that the Dodgers have been able to collect. Mm-hmm. So the question essentially comes to this, right? How is this a relevant Dodgers topic right now? It's because, based on the reporting from the Wall Street Journal and other places, Mark Walter needs more cash. The $12.5 billion that he gets back for the Lakers is not even half of what he needs to kind of deal with this federal probe that's going on. So the question is, are the Dodgers next? Is he going to sell the Dodgers next? And if that's the case, is it a house of cards? And do the Dodgers, in the way of their business dealings in the last couple of years, the way they've set up their franchise, is this really the last run? Win a World Series right now because you're not going to be able to play by the rules that you've been able to play by. The other piece of reporting from yesterday that I thought was interesting is, what makes the Dodgers where they're at as such a favorite with cash is based on their local TV deal in Los Angeles. Essentially, no one else in Major League Baseball has a sweetheart of a deal that they were able to sign for 25 years, $8.3 billion with an average of 334 coming back to the club every year. No one else in baseball makes that much money on their TV deal. So they can play in a different end, they can swim in a different end of the pool than everyone else in baseball. It was reported that Mark Walter went to the broadcasting partners and try to get cash out of the deal. Like now, like that's what he's trying to do based on all the different reports.
Yeah, he owes a lot of money by the end of the year, and he's trying to go around and get money from all the different things that he owns.
He needs liquid cash.
He needs cash. And it's not like he owes a lot of bad people a lot of money. He owns legit money, and if not, he could go to jail.
Yeah, it could not
go to
be
jail.
great.
Like he could go. Like this is like Bernie Madoff type stuff.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he could
Oh,
go
yeah.
to jail. Like
100%.
He could absolutely go to jail if he doesn't come up with this money. And so you ask, could the Dodgers be for sale? Yeah, they could be for sale. They could absolutely be for sale.
Oh, I think they could. I think the Dodgers could certainly be up for sale.
I saw Ramona Shelburne say on ESPN yesterday that the Dodgers are not for sale.
Today.
This was yesterday. So yesterday. This could all change if, in a month, he can't get the money. This is by the end of December. He needs this money. Now, that doesn't mean that the Dodgers will change their ways. You can find a group, teams are no longer owned by one person. It's rare. So can you get a group of billionaires together to buy into the Dodgers and continue their winning ways and continue their spending? And also, this is also going into a collective bargaining agreement where deferred payments probably are going to be gone. Like, you're going to see part of the negotiation is that the Dodgers won't be allowed to do this anymore. And baseball teams won't be allowed to do this anymore.
Well, there's only one team that has done it.
Yeah.
There's only one team that can do it. And from by the looks of the financial situation of their owner, it seems as if there's only one team that actually won't be able to do it in the future either.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem, if you read enough, and again, this is just the Cliff Notes version. It's how Bleck Abdalla got through school. We didn't read the actual book. We rented the movie, and we read Cliff Notes. And that's what we are explaining to you right here on the show.
Yeah.
Is essentially, it seems as if, because what the report is he has to pay back about $20 billion. So the Lakers get you almost half of that. From what I was reading is like of the 12.5, he really only gets like the 7 that he can put towards paying off what he needs to pay back to then get the federal probe to go away type of deal. So with that said, it doesn't seem today as if the Dodgers are going to be able to do that moving forward. Like, they're not going to be able to defer payments like this moving forward.
No.
Chances are, we'll see how that works out for those who are owed cash in the future as well. I mean, ask John Rahm how that's working out for him.
Yeah, not
well.
well.
You know what I mean? Like, John Rahm left the PGA Tour to join Live Golf to sign an insane, what was it, $200 million contract with Live Golf.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? The Saudis pulled their money. John Rahm's contract is, how is he going to recoup that money? And on top of it, the join back to the PGA, he's going to have to donate like $25 million to PGA Tour charities. He's going to have to go on the Brooks Koepka Tour where you have to play to get into all these events.
Every time, yeah.
Right? Like, you're owed the cash, but there is no cash, and they left town.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know.
Well, I don't think the Dodgers will be, because this is like baseball teams make money.
They do, but do they make that much money to pay 9 players for the next 20 years?
Well, what'll happen is the Dodgers will turn into one of these teams that isn't spending $1 billion on their roster every year. They'll turn into...
They'll be the Pirates.
Exactly. They'll turn into the Pirates.
They're paying Shohei when he's 50.
Exactly.
But they can't afford for anyone on their roster.
They'll be paying more players. They'll be paying players that are more money off their roster than are actually on their roster for the foreseeable future. And that's just how the Dodgers will be doing business for the foreseeable future once this goes through, because of these deals. And you can thank Mark Walter. And so listen, Dodgers fans, you won 2 in a row. You might win 3 in a row.
Grab your third now, man.
Grab it now and enjoy those rings, because you might be a poverty franchise soon.
It is a wild story. I think one other part of the filings that are in the reports is that there was a loan that was taken out on the Dodgers purchase. I think it was like $6 billion or something that he's already paid off. Like, because he's trying to remove the debt from the books, from all of his companies that he owns, which is an interesting story. And again, if you have time to look into it, and you're not a Los Angeles sports fan, you're just someone that wants to read about corruption and possible situations with finance, it is an interesting story how essentially the movement of money is taking place.
Yeah, but there's always people that want to buy into sports franchises because you don't lose money on sports franchises. So as soon as the Dodgers go up for sale, someone,
of course,
or some group of people will be in line to buy it instantly.
No doubt. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app, sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. Raj sent us this yesterday, and I think it's an interesting side note and conversation. Is it acceptable at work to drink a non-alcoholic beer? I mean, I've never seen it. So, I mean, you really have to be dedicated to the beer game to be like, I need a brew at work that's non-alcoholic.
Well, you have to like
the taste of beer. You have to be dedicated to the taste of beer.
And I guess it's like people drink Diet Coke at beer. Or at work. At beer. At work.
At beer.
People drink Diet Coke at
People
work.
drink Diet Coke at beer.
Isn't that essentially like they were making Coca-Cola, they were making these beverages, and they're like, well, let's take the sugar out.
I mean,
I guess
early online results, people are split 50-50 on this, if it is appropriate or not to drink a non-alcoholic beer in the workplace.
Isn't non-alcoholic beer essentially just beer flavored
water,
soda water? Isn't it just like drinking like
I've had one of those. There's a company that makes like a
hop water.
Yeah,
hop water.
A hoppy, sparkling water.
Isn't that just what it is?
And it tastes like beer, but it's not beer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you're sitting there doing the show, Bleck, and you turn over and Abdalla cracks open a non-alcoholic beer and he's sipping on it during the show,
honestly,
are you judging
Raj,
him?
Honestly, I'll raise my hand. I would judge him because if you're going to do that, just crack the beer.
Okay, but if I had a look,
think about it. If we have Abdalla drinking here on the show, I think we get a better Abdalla.
Okay, I'm drinking a Celsius right now. Okay.
Yes.
Orange flavored.
Okay. Not sponsored, by the way.
Not sponsored.
But we'll take the if
they want to.
If Celsius wants a sponsor.
Hit a brother up.
Hit us up. I'll
Shout
drink
out.
one.
Yeah.
Shout. Yeah. Exactly.
If it said beer on it. What would the difference be?
Well, I mean, that would be. I don't think that would be appropriate.
Okay, if I was
drinking. So to answer the question that Raj asked, I don't think it's. Appropriate. It's not inappropriate to drink a non-alcoholic beer, but I do think it's weird.
If I was drinking a LaCroix and they've got lemon lime, they've got
delicious
orange, they've got all these different flavors.
Again, not sponsored, but.
I'm just giving an example. I just looked up brands of sparkling water, right?
Yes,
and the first one that popped up was LaCroix.
What's the Target brand with the polar bear on it?
I don't know. There's like Waterloo is up here.
Yeah, Waterloo's one. There's a whole bunch of them.
There's a whole bunch of them. All right? We're not playing brand friendly. We're just spraying all fields here.
Easy.
If one of the flavors that came in the variety pack was beer, and I brought that one in,
it would be weird.
But what's the difference?
No, you're right. So to answer the question, I don't think it's not appropriate. It's just strange.
Okay.
Right? Like, inappropriate would be you drinking an actual beer.
At work?
Yeah, but like casually doing it, and it's not for a bit. It's not like the segment is sponsored by insert beer name here,
if
and we are promoting a beer
yes.
thing.
Yeah.
That would be different.
Yeah.
But if you were just quietly sitting over there,
I was just like, all right,
cracking a sixer, just enjoying yourself during the show, I think that would be weird. Raj, wouldn't that be strange?
It would be, but we don't have conventional jobs. What if this was a conventional job? What if you're an accountant and you're just sitting there, doing people's taxes while you're drinking a non-alcoholic beverage? What if you're a bus driver and you're driving around the
that's
city of
drinking and
Chicago?
driving.
You can't do that, Raj.
I
you
said
can't.
non.
But
I
it's
said
non-alcoholic.
I know,
It's
but that's not even.
But it's non-alcoholic.
You
It's
can't even. You
non-alcoholic.
can't even. You can't even go down that road. Pardon. Don't even pardon the pun there. You need to.
Non-alcoholic.
I would say, yeah, like if you're on the job site, right?
You work in
Abdalla's
construction.
Yeah, he's a GC.
You go. You got your non-alcoholic beer there.
He's got today on the job. Here's what he needs to do. He needs to demo a bathroom, and then after demoing the bathroom, he needs to work on some of the siding. And he's there on the job site,
Drinking no duels.
cracking a sixer. But it's a sixer of non-alcoholic beers.
Of old duels.
That
It's
would be
like,
weird.
Come on, man.
It would be weird. I think that would be strange.
So in this 50-50 split, it sounds like, Bleck, you're on the side that it's inappropriate to drink non-alcoholic beer.
Well,
at work.
again,
I'm on the
I don't-
side that
I don't know if it's
think
inappropriate.
I'm
I
on
just
the
think
side
it's
that I
strange.
just think it's flavored water at that point, and I don't think there's anything weird about it.
I think you have strange taste buds if that's what you're.
I think that you have strange
Thirst
taste buds
needs to
because
quench.
I think that it just tastes weird. So like
I would honestly, and this is what I think of the conversation. I would have the same opinion if you were drinking a tall glass of milk. If Abdalla was sitting here during the show drinking a tall, cool glass of milk.
that stuff would get hot fast.
While we're hosting, well, I know. If we're hosting here and he has a tall glass of milk, or he's on the construction site and he has his
He pulls out a little
thermos,
bottle of milk. Yeah.
and he pours out a
Just
tall
drinking
glass
a
of
milk.
having a milk.
Heavy milk.
Having
Just
a heavy
whole-
milk.
Whole
milk?
Just that
Whole
dark
milk?
blue.
Yeah, just
Dark
a
blue
whole
cap
yeah.
milk.
If Abdalla's sitting here during work, or as Raj
he may
was
be just worried
suggesting,
about his bones. The boy wants to have strong bones. Let him have strong bones, Bleck.
he's an accountant. He's sitting at his desk having a glass of milk.
You
I
sure?
would have the same opinion.
I take the glass down. I got a milk.
I would say
Can I help you?
It's not inappropriate. It's strange.
It's just weird.
It's just weird, dude.
I'm mixing some chocolate in it.
Why are you housing so much milk, man?
Can I help you?
What are you doing? Yeah, like every 5 minutes you're on a call, you like hang up your call and you hear the clinking of the
Stirring.
spoon in the glass because he's stirring his chocolate milk like a
Oh,
child.
man.
Do you guys
Like,
remember
that
the
would
Got
be
Milk
weird.
campaign? Do you remember the Got Milk?
Yeah.
Like posters
yeah.
that were
Big
like
milk,
everywhere.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those
Of
were
course.
great.
Raj, did you
could
have
be-
a
that could be
favorite
valid.
ad picture from that campaign?
I mean, as a Bronco fan, Elway and TD were in their primes. There were a lot, but if I'm going to go non-homer, I do have to say the Britney Spears one was one of its time. Very locked in.
I was,
in that moment.
I was hoping for an answer like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Also,
I
the
would say
Jennifer
that or-
Aniston
Yep.
and Lisa Kudrow one.
Yep.
That was
That's
a big
what, come
Got
on,
Milk
guys.
as well.
Tyra.
Yeah, I was going to say I think the number one would be Tyra Banks.
Let's not,
Tyra Banks in the Got Milk ad.
not get it twisted.
I think that leads the day. Yeah,
What about
that
Frankie
or
Muniz? He was pretty big in that time. He had a Got Milk.
that or the Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Nothing wrong with a good old milk campaign with Harrison Ford on the cover.
There's a
I
lot of
remember
people
after
that
the
did
Ravens
this.
won the Super
course.
Bowl,
Big
Trent
milk,
Dilfer
man.
got picked for the Got Milk campaign, and I was like,
Stone
okay,
Cold
we
did
went
one.
with Trent Dilfer.
Yeah, Trent Dilfer, the creator of QBR.
Yes.
That's right. A quarterback rating that helps mediocre quarterbacks.
Yes, it
that's
does.
that's what it's about. QBR.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas, JTT.
Oh, Abdalla, you're a big JTT guy.
Yeah, you know me.
As I'm seeing these posters, I could see Abdalla being in one of these. I could see him
See,
drinking a
right?
milk at the show and then doing a Got Milk poster. Yep, absolutely. You can do it.
Strong takes, strong bones.
Yeah, okay. All right. It's Bleck
Wow, he
Abdalla
said
here.
2 today. That's his second
I know.
one. He had the
I know, but
smelling
he can't
salts
leave
that-
because otherwise we'll go into an
Wow.
NBA notebook. And no one wants that today. Here on August 19th. It's Bleck Abdalla
Let me tell
here
you
on
a little
Westwood
bit
One
about how the
Sports.
Charlotte Hornets are wrapping. Looking
I really like Con Knipple as the face of the franchise now.
Post Mellow world.
Are the
Here's how
Cowboys
Nas Reed
done
is gonna
adding?
fit
Are the Cowboys done adding to their defense? We'll tell you coming up next.
Did Deshaun Watson outdueled Shedeur Sanders in the Browns preseason opener. Can Sanders make up ground when he gets the start Saturday against Buffalo? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Over the weekend, the Cowboys added Von Miller to their defense. I'm expecting their defense, the Cowboys' defense, to be much better this upcoming season. As long as they're not 32nd in points given up in the NFL, Dallas should be a playoff team. Just improve on defense enough to give your offense a chance. That's all I'm looking for from the Cowboys' defense. So Von Miller in the mix there with the Cowboys. Jerry Jones wants to stay aggressive. Take a listen to Jerry Jones on would the Cowboys make another deal before the season.
Yes. If we had an opportunity, I would be.
Is it more of a wait-and-see thing?
And it's as much about what I think of where we are, which I'm more positive than when we started camp, seriously, about what our chances are. And so I think if we saw an opportunity to take a little of the future and put it on this team, I'd do it if it would help us.
So there you go, Jerry Jones. And I feel like that's kind of the message he's had this entire offseason. It's interesting that he points out that he thinks they're better than he thought when he spoke at the start of training camp, because at the start of training camp, he spoke very highly of this team. And I'm buying it. I think the Cowboys will be good this upcoming season.
Yeah, so do I. I think, look, it's never been a question of their offense. Their offense is going to be great. It's a question of their defense. And they add Rashawn Gary, who's going to be great. You know, he's always been very good. You draft Caleb Downs. I think he's going to be awesome in that defense. I think this whole defense is going to be very good. And I think that if you have the assets to go out and get a guy like Max Crosby, they have Green Bay's draft pick. They don't have their own. They traded it to the Jets. Then they still have Green Bay's draft pick from the Micah Parsons trade. You can go out and make a deal for Max Crosby. You already paid a bunch of money to Quinnen Williams. You've got cash. It doesn't seem like you're going to pay George Pickens. As of right now, it doesn't seem like you're going to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So I would, if I'm Jerry Jones today, I go and I try to trade for Max Crosby today. And I understand that you might lose George Pickens in the offseason, but you can always find a way to either draft another wide receiver, maybe use a second-round pick on a wide receiver, or you can sign another wide receiver with whatever cash you have left next season. You can always restructure contracts and find ways to get under the cap and find cap space next season. I would make the moves for Max Crosby. Because look at around the NFC. Look at what's going on. Look at what the Rams are doing. Look at how good the Seahawks defense is. You need to keep up in the arms race of the NFC. And the only way to do that is to go out and I don't think this is a wait and see how good this team is and see how good they are around the deadline.
Yeah.
I think you need to make this move now to try to get as big of a lead as you can in the division, bury the Eagles as early as you can, bury the Commanders as early as you can, bury the Giants as early as you can.
That's not going to happen.
Well,
Philly's going to be around.
I understand that, but
Philly's very good.
You don't think that if you can get Max Crosby early than later, that's better?
Oh, yeah. Getting the players better. You're not going to bury the Eagles. I don't think you're going to bury the Commanders
I'm reading
either.
reports from Eagles camp, and everything I see says that this offense is not clicking right now.
I'll give it time.
Okay.
We got a couple weeks.
Okay.
Figure it out.
Okay.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. You can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910. We received an email, which I didn't know that we have, but we have an email. I think you can find it on the Westwood One Sports website.
All right.
This is the email. We were talking earlier about, is it appropriate to have a non-alcoholic beer at work? Sitting at your desk, you crack one open, someone looks over, oh my God, look, Debbie is drinking on the job. Nope, it's a non-alcoholic beer. She's just enjoying the flavor of beer.
Old Deb.
Oh, old Deb.
Good old Deb.
Good old Deb in the cubicle. This is what the email says. Beverages permitted at work should not be called beer. Beer-flavored water, etc. is fine. My 2 cents, Gordon from Toronto. Shout out to Gordon listening to the show.
I mean, I don't see why tomorrow I couldn't bring in
You could.
a 6-pack of non-alcoholic beer leave it in the fridge, and whenever I feel parched,
You
go
could.
over and drink the beer flavored water that is a non-alcoholic beer.
Let's see from the 734. Non-alcoholic beer is a fantastic invention when it's late and you've had a bunch. Sometimes that last beer is too much. Throw in non-alcoholic beer and you keep going. Mike from Detroit. Shout out to Mike.
All right.
Sneak one in there. Keep it going. And then also from the 843, as a true beer lover, this has never even occurred to me. 6-pack tomorrow for the 12-hour shift. Should be interesting. Ryan in Myrtle Beach. Ryan, don't drink on the job. That's not what we're talking about.
No, I think he's saying non-alcoholic.
Oh,
I think he's saying non-alcoholic.
He's going to throw down on a sixer of non-alcoholic beer
I think he's
tomorrow.
going to do non-alcoholic.
All right,
yes.
I want a review. After that happens, non-alcoholic beer for the 12-hour shift. Give us a review, Ryan.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. We'll be back.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Abdalla, we've gotten to the point of training camp where everyone's upset. Everyone's annoyed. Everyone's sick of the training camp stuff. Joint practices are taking place, and we've got fights.
Kerfuffles?
Yeah, we've got fights.
Scuffles?
Yeah,
All the fuffles?
a couple of them.
All the fuffles?
We were just talking about the Cowboys just moments ago.
Yeah.
There was a Cowboys fight yesterday.
That's a fuffle.
It was a joint practice with who? The Saints, I believe?
Yeah. Oh, that was a big fuffle.
Yeah, it was big, yes, a big fuffle.
What was a kerfuffle or a scuffle?
It's a fight. It was a fight.
That was a fight.
Yeah, it was a grappling match. There was that going on. The Broncos having a dust up in practice, team-on-team activities.
Do you have a favorite camp fight?
Right now, today?
Just in general.
Yeah, I remember it was one that I was witness for because I was there covering it for the radio station back here in Chicago.
Yep.
Bourbonnais.
Yep.
Lovie Smith era.
Yep.
Martellus Bennett, the tight end, ripping the helmet off of, what was it, Kyle Fuller? Or some defensive back and then throwing it down the field.
Oh, that was it?
I believe that was it. What are you thinking of?
I'm thinking of the one, who was it was it Martellus?
Because Martellus Bennett got into a lot of
fights.
Scraps.
Was it Martellus Bennett and Kyle Long who chokeslammed who?
Oh, I don't think anyone's going to chokeslam Kyle Long.
Someone chokeslammed someone.
Kyle Long is essentially, he has the body of Bane.
Yeah.
From Batman, The Dark Knight Rises. That's Kyle Long.
Martellus Bennett chokeslammed Kyle Fuller.
Kyle Fuller, that's what I'm saying. It was he took his helmet, he threw it down the field,
and then he chokeslammed him. We're talking about the same
that
fight.
Was the same fight.
Yes.
That was a big deal in Bourbonnais back in the day for the Chicago Bears.
Fight.
But I mean, that's when camp is camp. It's what happens.
Dog days.
I don't know. So I mean, Raj, join us here in this conversation. Explain to us what's going on with this Cowboy Saints situation. Why did this pique your interest so much? I know it's a fight that people are talking about today and people are talking about yesterday, but something specific stood out to you.
So if you look at the end of the fight, guys, a rookie wide receiver from the New Orleans Saints, Brock Rechsteiner, pulled out a full-on German suplex in the middle of the fight on Cowboy safety Jalen Thompson. Full suplex. Suplex was trending last night on Twitter after people saw it because he went full suplex in the middle of a football fight.
I mean, that's hilarious.
I mean, you can't be pulling out wrestling moves. You can't be RKOing. You can't be suplexing. You can't be Stone Cold Stunning. You can't be doing any of these things.
But Raj is our WWE expert here on the show.
All right.
He's the son of a wrestler, right?
Yes.
He is the son of WWE Hall of Famer Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. And by the way,
so he's a wrestling background.
He's already been suspended 6 games before he's ever played. We don't know what, but it's been alleged that it's probably PED. I think it's PED adjacent. But don't know the specific. I don't know the specifics. It wasn't released, but this rookie wide receiver already suspended 6 games, but he's practicing. He's getting into a fight with the Cowboys. He's pulling on full German suplexes, and yes, he is the son of Big Papa Pump.
Yes, and that brings us to Steiner Math, right? Steiner
does
Math
bring us
from
to
back
Steiner
in the
Math.
day.
See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best at beating me. And then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. See, the 3-way at sacrifice, you got a 33 1/3 chance of winning. But I got a 66 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's not even going to try. So, Samoa Joe, you take your 33 1/3 chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning, if we used to go one-on-one, and then add 66 2/3%, I got 141 2/3 chance of winning at sacrifice.
I like at
That's
the
how
end.
I used to do math.
He
Makes
ran
sense
out
to me.
of. He ran out of gas there at the end. He almost lost it.
That's how I
Raj,
sense to me.
what's the deal with modern wrestling? Why can't we get that anymore? What's the deal? Where are the good promos being cut? I want to see a good promo.
Linnell Willingham is cutting them evenings here on Westwood One Sports.
I will give Linnell all the credit in the
knows
world.
what he's doing.
The dude cuts promos.
He cuts
I
promos.
absolutely agree with you. 100%.
By the way, that was Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, Michigan graduate before they went pass fail.
Oh, jeez.
There you go.
I saw another story yesterday about that. How the soft young generation
Not surprising from the Big Ten.
They can't deal with grades. So that's one camp fight. The Broncos have Bronco on Bronco crime taking place. Bo Nix was knocked down at practice. He was mad. He threw a ball at Roach, defensive lineman Roach, who was celebrating. And then a couple of plays later, Benito got after him in the pile. They're going back and forth. Take a listen to Bo Nix on getting into a fight with the defense yesterday.
I love it. It's football. It's getting me ready for the games coming up, and it's a physical practice out there played by physical people. So it got intense, and we were just really enjoying it. And sometimes in the dog days of summer, practice gets long, and the intensity runs high.
So there you go, Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Practice.
He's not wrong.
Dog days of summer.
And I imagine Sean Payton
usually
likes to
aren't
see the
in these fights,
competition
though.
a little bit.
Quarterbacks usually aren't in these fights.
Yeah, but the quarterback was pulling Benito off the
if they're
the
feisty,
pile. Yeah.
I could see it. If
Bo
they're
Nix is feisty.
Yeah, I
is
could
feisty.
certainly see that.
I mean, we saw Kirk Cousins get into it, a week ago? 2 weeks ago? Get into a fight with Max Crosby, the two least likely guys to fight each other. And they got into it, and Kirk Cousins is already chirping again. They're having joint practices with the Texans. They play tomorrow in a preseason game, and they're already chirping at each other. And because Kirk Cousins is mad because the Texans aren't stopping when they get to him, and he's getting hit in the arm, saying that he might as well not have the red jersey on at this point. So yeah, you've got little kerfuffles everywhere. People just want to hit for real at this point. We're 3 weeks away from the regular season from today.
Yeah.
We're like a week and a half away from camp being done. And then you just go back to regular practice. You're done with all the joint practices and all that kind of stuff.
Right. You cut down the rosters.
Yeah.
Right. The guys who have made the roster are there. The guys who don't, they're gone. It's a different vibe.
Exactly. And you're just
you move
ready
forward to the season.
You're just ready to hit.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
just
and
ready to hit.
I see all these fights, these dust-ups taking place, and it's like, that's football, man. I don't know
Exactly.
what to tell you.
Exactly.
That's the situation. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. You can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910. And we actually, let's see, from the 312, shout out to the Chicagoland area.
Hey.
Got a text that reads, I thought the McAfee song lyrics were, oops, I started a pod today. We weren't even talking about Pat McAfee.
I mean, we both have black shirts on today.
What's her? He corners the market on wearing black T-shirts? He's the one? I thought that was Simon Cowell's turf.
His are
Wasn't he-
V-necks.
wasn't-
His are V-necks though.
They're extra tight too.
Are they V-necks? The
They're
Simon
super
Cowell
tight.
only wears V-necks though.
Oh,
right?
does he?
I
So
think
that's his thing?
I think so.
guys
So wait,
need
you
a
can't
little
wear a
chain.
black T-shirt because of Pat McAfee now?
You guys need a
mean,
little
what-
chain though with your black shirt. Like that'd be cute. Like if you guys each had little chains, that'd be cool. Look at
I
this
will
guy's face
never
right now.
ever.
Recording artist. Pat McAfee.
Now member of Monday Night Countdown.
Yeah, did you see that news today? So ESPN has to use him, right? He's getting paid the most by the company. He's the face of ESPN now. Recording country artist, superstar, polarizing figure. Yeah. Yeah. I will say this. I blame myself because today, earlier in the day, I was humming along to that song because we have played it so much here on the show to make fun of it that now it is looped in my head. This part. Or the worst. Come on, come on, Abdalla. It's growing on you.
It's not. Like a fungus.
So the announcement today is that Pat McAfee will be featured on Monday Night Countdown. He and Jason Kelsey will be on the set with Scott Van Pelt, and they will be there for Monday Night Countdown. Marcus Spears, Jason McCourty will also be on the desk, and that's your Monday Night Countdown desk and your team for the 2026 season. So McAfee is now a part of something else on ESPN, which essentially is just turning into the Pat McAfee channel. That's what it's turning into. All right, so this is why I want to ask you guys, because, we've been playing these songs, good times, yeah, McAfee, jamming out. Abdalla's been listening to this on loop constantly.
No. I guarantee you when Spotify Rap comes out, it is not a part of it.
He's always stirring the pot, guys. He's a polarizing figure. He'll just tell you. There's no one who's more anti-establishment making $60 million a year from the Disney Corporation, but sure. Yeah, sure.
I got a jam on
Anti-establishment.
Cheers to the South. I got a Josh Graham's turned me on to Cheers to the South. That's a bop.
Yeah.
All right.
A guy from Pittsburgh who went to school in West Virginia who lives in Indianapolis is Southern.
I don't know, man.
It makes sense.
I spent a decent amount of time in Indianapolis and the surrounding area. It's almost the South down there. It's almost the.
That was Adam
you get outside
Abdalla, everyone.
You get outside.
That was
Listen,
Adam
hey,
Abdalla.
I know. That's
my
boy.
relatives will say the same thing.
Boy.
You get outside of the city of Indianapolis, it's basically the South.
Your Chicago elitist attitude is really showing through. With that.
Like if you don't get out, like the second you get out of, you go south of the city here in Chicago, it's not the South. You know it too. Come on.
Illinois is a lot of farmland for people who don't know. There's the city of Chicago, and then it's a lot of farmland.
It's a lot of corn.
I was thinking this. Okay, guys, because it does feel like there's a vibe where people are sick of the ESPNization, the McAfeeization of ESPN television, how he's on everything. You know what it is to me? It feels very much like Jimmy Fallon and NBC. Right? Like, have you ever met anybody who says that they're a Jimmy Fallon fan? No, he's talented. He was good I liked him on SNL. So he's funny, he's talented. Do you know anyone that says, like, I am a Fallon fan. I watched The Tonight Show. I love The Tonight Show. Hey. The whole thing. Like, you get, right? Like,
Ruined the roots.
Like, am I wrong? And then NBC, because he's the host of The Tonight Show and he makes the most money for the company and he gets paid the most, he has like 10 different shows that just randomly air. Random game shows. Password, sing this thing. You're in a booth. You have to sing and guess the song. Like
Password
all these
was kind of low-key interesting. I didn't mind Password. That one was all right.
But Raj, am I wrong? Like, there's all these wacky shows that Fallon pops up on. Who's asking for all this Fallon content?
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
It feels like McAfee is ESPN's Jimmy Fallon.
Well, yeah, that's what happens when you make the most at a network.
They put you to work.
That's what happens.
Have you ever met anyone that says that they're a Fallon fan?
Well,
I met Colbert people. I met Kimmel people.
Yeah.
We're Conan stands.
They had audiences
so.
before they were night hosts. Like Fallon, I know he was SNL, but I really just think of him as a night host. That's what I think.
Right. But have you met anybody, Raj, that's like, oh yeah, I'm a Fallon diehard.
But this
don't miss
this
the
is
show.
the same thing but every
in fairness,
network does this.
You're the only one I know who watches late night network TV anymore.
Yeah, you are.
Well, someone has to watch The Watchmen.
Wow.
Someone has to be there.
It doesn't need to be you. But this is what every network does this.
I'm a polarizing figure.
ABC does this with You're not that polarizing.
I'm not.
If you're going to
He's
be that
quite the
polarizing,
opposite.
take the sleeves off.
I'm
He's
not.
out sitting in the heat, warming up. Gonna go in, watch a little
the gun
Fallon.
show just showed up.
I
sleeves
see
won't
that.
stay.
Okay.
Maybe watch some
work on those
Chicago
guns then.
Fire. Although that was more
I'm not
Abdalla
a
watching the
professional
primetime
athlete.
shows.
The Kimmel did this because during the NBA Finals, he used to do that pre-show. I don't know if he does it anymore. He did that pre-show. He was hosting award shows. Like when you get paid, like they work you when you get paid the most. Like every network does
I understand that. I am asking you and Raj, which football fans are asking for more McAfee on Monday Night Countdown?
Well, it feels like which football fans are asking for more of the Kelseys, and which which NBA fans are asking for more Stephen A. Smith, and which it's all these guys.
Here's the idea. I think Jason Kelsey and Pat McAfee should go make a remake of Step Bros and release it on a streamer that no one watches.
Well, I guarantee you that his agent Ari Emanuel is working on that.
I think that's great. $1 million idea. Right there.
It's like a
Kelsey Bro,
$100,000 idea.
Pat McAfee, Step Brothers remake. Release it on streaming. Tubi?
Disney Plus. Come on, it's gotta be on Disney Plus.
They'll buy that up soon.
Oh boy.
I think that would work. I think that's the way to go.
Maybe Pluto.
But shout out to the texter who sent us the message about just randomly. We weren't talking about Pat McAfee.
We weren't.
Oops, I started a pod today. That's great.
Oops, I started another pod today. Devil showed up, now we're okay.
You can't take it seriously.
Do you
it's
think
amazing.
he's going to do the shtick on NFL? Because he does the shtick on College Game Day.
Yeah.
Does the shtick work on Monday NFL Countdown?
Yeah, they want the shtick.
Is that why he's there for the shtick?
They're pushing the shtick. That's what they're pushing.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
They
Kelsey
want
and him. And
they want the shtick. That's what they want. They want more shtick.
Shirt off, the whole thing.
Yeah. They want more shtick.
It brings it in, man.
Oops, I started another pod today.
Or like an alt cast. Are they doing the Manning cast again?
I just love
Or is this
going
to be like an alt cast thing? Are they doing the Manning cast again?
I think they're doing the
I
Manning
just
cast
love the
again.
idea that a professional athlete is against the establishment. Meanwhile, getting paid $60 million. Get your money. By all means, get your money.
It, man.
By like one of the largest companies. Like he is the face of one of the largest sports companies that exists.
Yeah.
You're not an underdog. You're not at all. Can't be
Ironically,
both.
even a more powerful position because he's not actually an employee. Like they license all of his stuff. Like it's
Right.
his stuff. They're just paying
He
that
is-
to access it.
He is the biggest of the big dogs.
The biggest dog.
The biggest dog. That's it. Yes. It's just, it's hilarious. He is a polarizing figure, though.
Stirring up the pot.
Yeah.
Just remember, stirring up the
We'll be
pot.
stirring it Monday nights.
Another pod today.
Oh, it's great. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One
I
Sports and
still
the
think you guys
Westwood
should
One
go get
Sports app.
chains with your black shirts.
I'm
That
not
would be cool.
wearing a chain, all right?
I
No
need more-
offense to those who
I need
enjoy
more
wearing
man- I
them.
need more
I'm
man-
not.
I think we need more man jewelry.
So here you go. Chad in California, 209. Text the show, 310-840-4910. He says the best thing about Pat McAfee is that he is not Stephen A. Smith. That's fair. I tell you, that's a fair opinion. I like Stephen A. Smith.
I will not besmirch the good name of
I
Stephen A.
also
And he
have met Stephen A. Smith, and he is a very nice person, and
And
I
he was
like
the face
Stephen
of
A.
the brand until McAfee has over the last few years,
Yeah.
but he was the face of it for a long time.
I mean, I maybe the larger conversation is, do they need a face of the brand? I don't know. highlights used to be pretty cool. That got me over with ESPN when I was younger.
That was the thing.
world.
ESPN, the sports used to be the face of the brand. The brand used to be sports. You tuned
I think sports
in
still lead the way,
for
Raj.
the sports.
Sports.
The sports. When
sports.
You're doing tributes yesterday to one of the founders of ESPN that passed
That was
away.
rough. Yeah.
Or Courtney.
And like we're talking about like these guys that are now it's just reruns and it's all just three guys that are the face of ESPN. The sports are the face of ESPN.
We
should be.
love the sports.
Yes.
I mean, they would say, though, I'll play devil's advocate. I'll play along. They are paying a lot for the sports. They pay a ton to have all those NFL
Of
games.
course.
They pay a ton to have all those NBA games. They have it. They got to fill the rest of the airtime with something.
Yeah.
And they have highlights.
true.
It's called ESPN News. And that's where they run highlights.
Does ESPN News even run anymore?
Does ESPN News
I don't-
exist?
I
or
don't
is
think
it
they
just,
run that
Is it
anymore.
just
Yeah,
there
they-
for when an SEC game goes long?
Yeah,
They still
I don't.
run it.
I don't.
They still run highlights.
Yeah,
They run
but
it.
I don't
And
think
it's a lot
it's-
of replay.
I don't think
it's
it's-
a replays of their talk shows too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's freshly produced though. This isn't
No, it's
Brian
not like
Brian Kenny back in the day.
No, I feel
Yeah.
like ESPN
hosting
News
with
is only there
Bino
for
Cook
like
coming on giving picks.
when a game goes long. It's like the start of this game will be on ESPN News.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
no
I
one
think
else
that's
has
the
jumped
case.
in. I mean, there's other sport. No one's jumped in to do the highlight thing. So for whatever reason, no one has. Maybe
I think
it's,
Raj should. I think we should create Raj Center. It's just Raj
wants
late at
And
night
goes the dynamite.
giving us
Because
highlights.
Chris, you
of
have
sports.
a highlight viewing apparatus in your pocket, and that is perhaps why they have chosen to make that decision. You can do all the betting you want, and you can get all the highlights you want on that apparatus
with a
in your
legal
pocket.
gambling apparatus in their pocket.
Yes, thank you, Texas Tech president, on the legal gambling apparatus in our pocket. All right, Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Our experts, including us, counting out a future Hall of Famer. We'll tell you next in Stock Watch with Raj, right here on Bleck Abdalla. This summer, the DraftKings Sports app is now available in all 50 states.
New DraftKings customers sign up with code BNA26 and spend $5 to get $150 in rewards within 14 days. That includes all markets.
That's code B&A26 for Bleck and Abdalla 26. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Connecticut. Call 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org on behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas. Bet tax pass through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus void in Canada. Event contract trading with DraftKings predictions involves risk of loss. Availability varies. Predictions offer void in New York. Bet to get bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Trade to get prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. $50 in rewards issued every 7 days via click to claim for 14 days. One non-withdrawable reward redeemable. Nationwide based on sportsbook predictions and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state. Terms at dkng.co/offer. Limited time offer.
The Cowboys have added future Hall of Famer Von Miller to a young defense that Jerry Jones loves.
They can be a part of making something from the ground floor.
Will the D in Dallas this season stand for defense?
Get on the wagon with the Dallas Cowboys.
Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
This is why we have the best listeners who participate with the Bleck and Abdalla show. You can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910. Text reads from the 916. Monday Night Football needs to have Pat McAfee performing the Monday Night Football song intro before the game. Why pay Snoop Dogg or Chris Stapleton when you've got your next country star under contract already? Ha ha. See, that's a great text.
Not wrong.
To receive to the Bleck and Abdalla show. So
Why
shout
outsource
out.
it when you've got it in-house?
That's great. What a great text.
It?
It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app, live from Chicago each and every day right here on Westwood One Sports. Now let's go on out to Parts Unknown. It's where we find Raj Sharon.
And the next question comes from the line of Raj Sharan with Westwood One. Please proceed.
On a Wednesday, it's time for Stock Watch with Raj. What's up, Raj?
What's up, fellas? It's time to dust out those sports portfolios. We are buying, we are selling, we are making sound fiscal sports decisions. And we are going to start with something that is near and dear to the heart of Chris Bleck, and that is the NFL Top 100 list. He is a big fan of it. He's been waiting with bated breath daily to see who comes down. And in the latest one, we have a player who dropped 13 spots to number 18 on the NFL Top 100, and that player is Patrick Mahomes. Adam Abdalla, are you buying or selling your stock
What are we doing?
in the 18th best player in the NFL, according to his peers?
Hold on a second.
Patrick Mahomes.
What are you doing? Hold on.
What's going on?
So that means we haven't hit Drake May yet.
No.
I'm out on the list. We're not doing the list anymore.
Yeah, can I sell?
Official statement. We're not doing the list anymore.
I'm sorry, Raj. I'm
no more list.
I'm going to. I'm buying Patrick Mahomes. I'm changing the question.
18.
I'm changing the question. I'm
We'll buy.
selling.
Let's buy.
I'm
At
buying.
18,
I'm buying Mahomes.
Mahomes.
I'm changing the question. I'm selling this list. This list is garbage.
That means you are selling the players of the National Football League who voted
that's
upon
fine.
it.
That's fine. That's fine.
It should be proof that
That's fine.
that
You're
those,
ridiculous.
Those who watch
Enough.
and are nerds who can't actually play.
Enough.
We know more.
You're telling me
You're too close to
You're
it.
telling me
You're too
that
close.
the players actually voted Drake May better than
that's-
Patrick Mahomes?
Come on now. What are we doing?
Are we serious? This is ridiculous.
Release the votes. I want to see the votes.
I want to see the votes
I
too.
wanna
Were they
see
all
'em.
Patriots?
I want to see them. Are they the only ones that participated in the list?
That's
Did a certain
insane.
former reporter get a vote? I know that's where you were going next. It was all just Patriots.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
That's not
Raj?
fair. That's
what are you
not
talking
fair.
about? What are you doing there?
That's
What does
not
that
fair.
mean?
Just throwing it out there. But we know this was on the up and up. These are voted upon by the current NFL players. Their peers
And before
believe
the
Patrick
playoffs,
Mahomes is
too.
the 19th best player in the league.
Before the playoffs, so they didn't get to see all the sacks he took.
Or 18th, excuse me. That is true. They didn't
No,
get to see the
selling
sacks,
this
'cause
list, buying Mahomes, selling this list. This is crap.
Yeah, I'll buy Mahomes. If that's the price of Mahomes, then sure. That's Apple before Steve Jobs returned and released the iPhone.
That's
I'm ready.
Apple
Let's-
when we had the little green computers in our classrooms.
Right.
That's
yes,
when
yes.
he took the stylus and threw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
That's Apple when we
Yeah.
were playing Oregon Trail.
Yeah, before Steve Jobs returned, I'll jump in on the Pat Mahomes, the Patty Mahomes there. Like it's almost like I don't know if you guys have been following this, but have you guys seen Nike's stock? Like Nike stock,
It's
Nike
dropped
has had
70% in the last
They have had a
yeah.
rough year because apparently young people do not like Nike
No,
products.
they don't.
And so they're not buying. Like
As a
young
sh-
people are not buying Nike products. And Abdalla will love this.
As a
Apparently,
shoeman, yeah.
wearing Nikes now codes you as being old and washed. So Abdalla's got his Nikes on. I've got my Nikes on right here. So guess what? We're the old washed show.
I got my Jordans on still. I don't care.
But I kind of feel like that's
I have
the
Jordans as well.
I feel like Mahomes is kind of like the dip on the Nike. I mean, shouldn't you maybe buy a
Buy
little
the
Nike
dip.
right
Buy the
now?
dip.
Buy the dip.
You buy the dip.
Is like have faith in Phil Knight and what he's got going there.
Buy the dip. I would. It's gone down 70% like the last 5 years.
I mean,
It's
I think
insane.
also they've really botched the marketing around their NBA and WNBA signature shoes.
Well, it's
They've
also
really botched that as of late.
I was reading someone was trying to say that they were trying to be Jordan Brand and Lululemon at the same time, and they failed at both.
Yeah.
And like, these upstart brands like Viore and like all these others like smaller brands came
Yeah.
up and were successful, and they failed at trying to be two things at the same time.
Athleisure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All these
absolutely.
smaller athleisure brands came up and made better products.
To be fair, I do feel like we were sitting here, not actually sitting in this studio, but I feel like we were having these conversations like 10, 15 years ago about Under Armour.
Yeah.
Like Under Armour was going to take over the world, and that never really happened.
Uh-huh.
Right? And like Steph
I feel
Curry's
like
not
they
even with
pivoted
them
more to
anymore.
outdoors. Like Under Armour wants to like own outdoor stuff now. Like they found their lane
Didn't The
instead
Rock
of
They
Steve
did
Under
but-
Armour too?
Raj, there was a moment of time where people were saying that Under Armour was going to be the
Oh, yeah.
next
I remember.
big company like Nike. So, yeah, I'm buying Patrick Mahomes without a doubt. Let's go.
Selling the list.
All right, guys, next up on Stock Watch. Earlier in the week, we were talking about the Jaden Daniels story, and Joe Burrow came up, and they haven't given 9 out, but it's not retired, etc. Von Miller's next up, by the way. I bring it up because 58 is not retired here with my Broncos, but nobody has worn it since he left. He now heads to the Dallas Cowboys, or at least temporarily. He's wearing number 40. We'll see what he winds up wearing. Are you buying or selling at this stage of his career, Von Miller going back home to Texas, joining up with that Cowboy defense? We buy or sell our Von stock, Bleck?
I'm going to buy because it's past its prime. So you're just looking for a little bump. Right, a little bump there on Von Miller. He's going to be a decent player for the Cowboys, so I'll buy that stock. I like the fit.
Yeah, I'll buy it too. He's not playing every single down. He's in, just passing situations. He had 9 sacks last year. He played in almost every game, but he only started in 3 of them. So he's clearly just a situational down guy. So I'll buy. I think he's still got some juice left in there. So I'm definitely going to buy.
All right, guys, we head down to Tampa, a gentleman that we have all dined and eaten hamburgers with. He is very bullish on his team this year, that being Baker Mayfield. Abdalla, are you buying or selling your Baker stock today?
Oh, I'm always going to buy a little bit of Baker Mayfield. Always. Baker's dozen, if you will. I'll buy a Baker's dozen.
3 now. That's 3, Chris. That's 3 today.
Damn
that's
right.
3.
I know.
Damn right it is.
To be fair, you're having a day. You're catching a heater. You're in the corner, and we're finding you open. You're just popping threes.
There will be a heat check at some point that falls flat.
You're just burying shots from the corner.
There will be a
When is the half-court heave that just drops no iron?
Before we know it, Raj, he's going to come down the court with the ball in his hands, take one step over and go, Caitlin Clark, and throw one up. But in reality, it will be Angel Reese.
Angel Reese.
Yeah, and it will just clank off the side of the backboard.
Yeah, I'll get my own rebound. There was another one.
He really is on a heater right now. We're up to 4.
I told you, man. I can see it in his eyes. He's locked in today. Did you get sleep last night?
I got great sleep last
night. There you go.
Yeah. I will buy Baker Mayfield. I love Baker Mayfield. A guy that bets on himself in a year like this, I think is great. I hated the fact that they missed out on the playoffs last year because another team backed into the playoffs at 8 and 9. Like, I get it. Win your division. I understand that. Win the games. I get it. But the Bucs are a better team. They just are. And I know you have to win your games to win the division, all that kind of stuff. They should win the division this year. Baker Mayfield is going to play well. He is going to get a decent contract, whether it's from the Bucs. I hope they don't franchise him. And if they're not going to sign him, just let him go get his own contract somewhere else. Because I think if they don't have a successful year, it probably means that Bowles is fired and they're going to bring in a new coaching staff. And if that's the case, let Baker go somewhere else and let him go be a Steeler or let him go be a Falcon. Falcon would be weird with Stefanski again, probably, but go somewhere else. Let him find a new contract somewhere.
I'm going to sell Baker Mayfield because I need to be liquid like Mark Walter. So I
owe people some money?
Yeah, no, I just need. Well, I don't see. Here's my thought with Baker Mayfield. I agree with you guys supporting him. I like him. I think he's a hell of a player. I'm not sure if we're going to see Baker play much better than he's already played.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? Like I think Baker's
to your point, Chris, that may be why
at.
they don't want to give him a long-term contract.
Chris owes people some money.
And that's what I think, Raj. I think that Baker has kind of hit his NFL quarterback ceiling. I'm not saying you can win with that. I'm not sure this stock is really going to grow much. And plus, the Mark Walter, we've got to get some cash in our pocket.
And the argument is it's the most valuable position in sports. You die to get one, and no one knows them better than the one in their own building. And they're not. Yeah, I see where you're going here, Chris. All right, let's go to another quarterback whose team he's had some contract stuff with, and he's a guy I know who's near and dear to your heart because you really believe in him, Chris. You believed in them last year. I think you believe in them this year. He's got a new weapon to throw to in Keenan Allen. Are you buying or selling your stock in Daniel Indiana Jones?
Nick, great nickname. I would buy the nickname. Hell of a nickname. It sounds like a nickname that Chris Berman would come up with, right? Yeah. Like that's how good it is. Indiana Jones. I'm going to sell kind of along the same lines. I don't know if you're really going to grow with this stock, so you might as well cut your losses now and get out. So that's why I'm going to go with Daniel Jones.
Adam Abdalla, you always remind us how high scoring that Colts offense was before he went down.
Supporter.
Yeah.
So you got a chance now to boost the portfolio.
Chris. Everybody's like Chris. This stock is at an all-time low. Coming off an Achilles. Nobody believes in the Colts. Everybody's down on this team. I'm going to buy. This is at an all-time low. Buy when there's blood in the water. That's what I'm doing right now. There is Achilles blood in the water right now. And I'm going to buy me some Daniel Jones because this is a penny stock right now.
You rehabbed. There shouldn't be blood in the water anymore.
We'll see. We'll find out. But I'm buying low because I don't think anybody believes in the Colts right now. So I got nothing to lose with Daniel Jones. If he plays well, cool, awesome. If he doesn't, then it was cheap.
Well, the Colts faithful will appreciate you, Abdalla. And they also learned earlier today if they go too far outside the city, they're in the South. All right, our final stock watch option today, we head to the NBA. A lot of news circulating around the Lakers and the Buss family drama, and we got lawsuits, and we got to get liquid. The same offseason, they basically changed 90% of the roster, and LeBron is gone. And there is the franchise player, Luka Doncic. All this stuff that's surrounding the Lakers. Are you buying or selling Luka stock right now, Abdalla?
So I like Luka. I'm going to buy Luka. I bought everything, I think, today.
Yeah, you are.
You are not liquid. You are definitely not liquid today.
You can defer some of these payments?
Maybe Walter owes me the money.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to buy Luka because I think that there was an article that was put out before all this mess happened. And it used the term that if Luka doesn't see what he likes the Lakers doing as far as putting talent around him, this doesn't have anything to do with the organization selling, because I don't think players actually care about that kind of stuff. Like, I don't think as long as they're getting paid and their checks clear, they don't care about this kind of stuff. But it said that if they don't put the players around him that he sees as winning players and can get him a championship, he will have a wandering eye when it comes time to opt-out time of his contract. So he could, start sniffing around, possibly opting out. So it will be up to the new ownership group to continue to put players around him. That's when he will start to care. So I'm going to buy Luka because I think he's always going to care about winning somewhere. So I'm going to continue to buy stock in Luka.
I'm going to buy stock in Luka just because I think he's a great player, and great players usually find their way to win. Like, how often do you find a guy who is top 3 in the NBA for his entire career and never wins a title? I mean, you could argue that maybe Joel Embiid is on that path right now. Outside of that, usually the greats find a way to win a championship at some point.
And Embiid, you could blame health. You could blame health. You just couldn't stay healthy.
For sure. And Luka's young, too. Yeah. He's going to have a long career ahead of him, so I'll buy that stock. Absolutely.
All right, fellas, that does it for Stock Watch today.
Thank you, Raj. Bleck Abdalla, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save on commercial auto insurance from Progressive. Get a fast quote at progressivecommercial.com. Did one of my favorite adopted sneaky good teams make a sneaky good signing from Abdalla's favorite college football school? We'll tell you who that is coming up next.
The Cardinals offense had been a surprise of the preseason, but rookie running back Jeremiah Love is now dealing with a high ankle sprain. Will the number 3 overall pick return to the backfield by Arizona's opener? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
I think the Giants have a chance to be sneaky good this year. The Giants signed Najee Harris to a one-year deal. Abdalla, former Alabama player.
Full time.
Now in the backfield for the Giants. Why do you think they went out and signed Najee Harris?
I mean, there's a few reasons. You're taking a flyer on a guy who's coming off of a Achilles injury, and he needs to prove himself, and he's signing a prove-it deal once again. to try to stay healthy and be a productive back. He's a good blocker.
Hold on. Good blocker. Wait, maybe that has something to do with it. Oh,
I got it there. Yep.
Oh, Jackson Dart got crushed.
Got absolutely crushed.
In their first preseason game. He's still confused to why he was sent to the blue tent.
Yeah.
What's up?
I think like 2 days ago, I was listening to Rome after our show talk about it. I don't know what's confusing about not being able to know why you're being sent to the green tent. That's confusing. It's confusing to be confused over why you're being sent to the blue tent. I agree with what Rome was saying.
With your history
here on Westwood One Sports.
Your history of concussions should tell you that.
What's up?
I also would
he
say
didn't pop right up off the field either. If you're going to lay on the field and look like you're injured, you're going to be sent to the blue tent.
I'd also say their running back has a history of concussions and injuries with Cam Scatabo. So, there's
the backflip artist.
Yeah, well, or lack thereof. I would say that there's nothing wrong with adding a guy like Najee Harris, there's really no downside to it.
Let's take a listen to John Harbaugh talking about the Giants adding Najee Harris.
Yeah, I felt like the hair on the back of my neck stood up when I saw him over there, and it's a big dude. So, yes, he's coming back from the Achilles injury he had with my brother, and he looks good in the workout. He's not back 100%. He's not in football shape yet. So if we are able to do something, it'll be a process. But that would be a guy, that has got a lot of experience. He's a decorated vet, and with those guys, generally, you just have to kind of see where they're at when you get them. And sometimes it works out great, sometimes it's just okay, and other times it doesn't work out. So, but based on the workout, I would say we feel like he's got a shot, and we'll just have to see how it goes.
All right, so there you go. The New York Giants, can they be a sneaky team? I think they're going to be much improved. I think they're going to be one of those teams that's tough, hangs in every game. But the quarterback, his ability to stay healthy, and his progression in his career specifically is probably going to hold back the Giants from taking that extra step forward to be a playoff team.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm guessing that's how their season plays out. They will be a professional team that sticks in games, is frisky, but doesn't get over. They don't win games at the end.
I think they're going to be a very disciplined team, which means they're going to be ready to play every single game. They're not going to be outmatched in any game. They're going to be a penalty-free-ish team. They're not going to be a team that's going to have a lot of false starts. They're not going to have a team that's going to have a lot of, roughing the passer or any of those types of penalties, right? They're going to be a very disciplined type team like that. But you're right. When it comes to play on the field, I just don't see Jackson Dart being able to take that next step. I just don't know. I like their defense a lot. I think that'll keep them in games as well. But I just don't know if that offense is ready to take a step forward. And I don't know if Jackson Dart is that guy. I just don't know. And I don't like the way that he plays. I just don't know if you can put your body on the line like that every single time and expect to survive a full NFL season and multiple seasons and stay in the league.
I got to ask you guys about this. I forgot to text you guys this last night. Yesterday when I got off the train, after we left the studio, went home, got off the train, I saw something yesterday, and I need you guys to help me make sense of what I saw. All right, so I need to establish this individual looked like a normal person. When you see someone that looks like there's something not, maybe a screw loose or something that's off, you're like, all right, it's a weird situation, right? You can kind of keep your day moving.
Yeah.
This individual looked like a normal adult. Normal adult man. He was wearing a full black cape and a hat that was not quite a Zorro hat and not quite a Heisenberg, Breaking Bad, Walter White hat. Somewhere in between a Zorro Heisenberg hat and a full black cape.
Yeah.
Normal clothes, normal looking adult, but with a full black cape and a hat getting off the train. Can you guys explain to me what is that about?
Did he have a sword?
No sword. Oh, it's a sword.
Well, you said he had a cape and a Zorro type hat.
I know, but no sword.
Isn't the next step sword?
If he's Zorro, yes.
Okay.
I don't think he's Zorro.
Zorro.
I mean,
which is a dated reference, but there's no other way to describe the cape hat combo.
Okay.
But it wasn't quite as long, flat build. It was kind of shorter, but not quite the Heisenberg hat.
Okay. How was he walking about with
Normal.
the cape?
Normal walking.
Just normal.
If
Was
the cape
flowing
didn't
in the back?
exist, would it have struck you? Just the hat, or is it the fact that the
No.
cape was a part of it?
No, it was, I saw the cape first, and I
okay.
looked up, and I realized it wasn't like a jacket or like a trench coat. It was legitimately a black cape.
Okay.
Can I be fully honest, man? That sounds awesome. I wish I could rock a cape and walk around all day. That'd be cool.
A grown
I'm not
adult.
cool enough to pull off a cape.
Was it like flowing, or was he like using it?
It was hugging his body.
Okay.
Like
a
it was
heavy cape?
It wasn't heavy,
All
but
right.
it wasn't following behind him on the ground. Like it was moving with his body.
Okay.
It seemed like a fitted cape, guys.
So it seems like a fashion. It seemed like a fashion cape
fashion
as opposed
cape?
to a superhero type cape.
I was going to say, could it have the molecules in it to make shapes, like Morgan Freeman explained to Christian Bale, so that it could make like different shapes, so he could like
No.
fly and stuff?
No, I don't think there was advanced tech in the
I got
cape.
this. This seems
Okay.
like more of a fashion statement than superhero statement. This seems like more of a fashion style cape than
you are a fashion
superhero
insider,
style cape.
Abdalla.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
You're right. I didn't see a logo. It wasn't superhero related.
That's what I'm saying.
I just wanted you guys
Plus,
to.
no sword gave it
Yes.
away.
Yeah, yes. But a full adult with a cape. Yeah, we'll be
You
back.
were not tempted.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM, channel 375. All of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck along with Adam Abdalla, broadcasting live from downtown Chicago, on the air until 3 Eastern, and then we'll hand it off to Jim Rome right here on Westwood One Sports. You can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910. A lot of great texts today. One of the ones that came in just recently, talking about Abdalla's been hot today. Hot day for Abdalla. He's been on fire. Lots of jokes, lots of comedy coming from Abdalla. Great performance so far, pitching a shutout through 6 innings, but we're going to leave him in and see if he can go the distance. It's never a good situation for a team to let the pitcher hang out there and face the rotation, face the lineup for a third time. But we're gonna see if Abdalla can get it done today.
Analytics be damned.
Yeah. From the 209, Chad from California, another good text from Chad. The Big Tuna is on fire today. Yeah, I love that. Abdalla's nickname, the Big Tuna now. Love this. This is great.
Coco the monkey's having a day.
He's having a day. Abdalla's having a day. So you can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910. You know, as we continue to preview the NFL season, we are 21 days away from the start of the season. We'll have our feature, The Summer of Football, coming up in about 20 minutes here on the show. But, you know, really 3 weeks away from the season, this is it. Right? Like now you can start formulating your opinions, your projections, trying to figure out your fantasy football teams. Drafts are going to be coming around the corner. Start to figure out your survivor leagues, all the good stuff that comes with the football season. Abdalla, The Athletic has their AFC playoff predictions out.
They do. And so they went through their model, their nerd equation, whatever they want to do, and they put out their AFC numbers today, their projected wins, their percentage chance of making the playoffs, and their Super Bowl odds for just the AFC. We'll get to the AFC either tomorrow or later this week, but for the AFC specifically, we know it's basically going to be between two teams. We've been talking about two teams throughout the offseason.
Yeah.
Two teams have been the favorite to win the AFC. You like one team a little bit more than I do. I like one team a little bit more than you do, even to win the Super Bowl and to win the conference itself. Right now, to win the conference on DraftKings, if you go to DraftKings, use promo code B&A26. Shout out. To win the conference, the Buffalo Ravens are the favorite, plus 470. The Buffalo Bills are not far behind them at plus 510. On The Athletic right now, they're pretty even. They're really, really even. So in wins, the Ravens are 10.9, round up. That's 11 wins. The Bills, would be coming at number 2, 10.7, round up, also 11 wins.
Okay.
They both have a 73% chance to make the playoffs. The Bills have a slightly better chance at 73.4. Their Super Bowl odds, the Ravens have a 7.4% chance. The Bills have a 6.6% chance to win the Super Bowl. So those are the two teams that they see facing off on Championship Sunday in the AFC, the Ravens and the Bills. Also, both those teams having 11 wins right now.
Yeah, and I think that's the way we've looked at the AFC the entire offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo and Baltimore are the two best teams, both with new coaching staffs. Although Joe Brady just moving over from offensive coordinator to head coach, we've talked about it here on the show. I think that may not be the best thing. I know it's comfortable and it makes the players happy. And there was the quote from one of the offensive linemen that it feels like your uncle is babysitting because he lets you do whatever you want. Like, that's not a great situation as you're entering the NFL season. So, I think Joe Brady's going to be good. And they are talented. So I think it's a wait and see on that, on if that is something you should be concerned about over the fact that maybe the change from McDermott to the guy who was a part of the staff who's now just letting you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Whether or not you're actually going to be a better football team because of that, we'll see. The Ravens have a new coaching staff as well. Jesse Minter taking over. So, I mean, it's definitely interesting that the two best teams in the conference have new coaching staffs.
Yeah.
But with that said, they have two quarterbacks who are MVP candidates, who have won MVPs in the past, and Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Whenever you have quarterbacks like that, of that caliber, you're always in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
It's, can the coaching staffs get enough out of the rest of the roster and the quarterbacks to then be teams that can get to the Super Bowl? So those are the top two teams, Ravens, Bills. Then we go to the rest of the teams that would qualify for the playoffs, according to The Athletic in the AFC. The Patriots are third. They win 10 games. They have a 68% chance to get to the playoffs, and they have a 6.2% chance to get to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that is the third highest to get to the Super Bowl out of the AFC. Everyone else is below at 4 or below 4, or around 4 and 5%. It's kind of weird how they do the Super Bowl rankings, even though you may have less wins to other teams on the list. So the Patriots are third. The Bengals are fourth, also with 10 wins, a 64.8% chance to get to the playoffs, a 4% chance to get to the Super Bowl. The Texans come in at 5, 9.8 wins, so it's really 10. 61% chance to get to the playoffs, 4% chance to the Super Bowl. The sixth ranked team, I think, is a bit surprising. Kansas City, 6.9. We rounding up, so that's 10.
Yeah, 9.6. Yeah, 9.6. Yeah, I'll round that up.
9.6, I meant? Yeah. So you get 58% chance of the playoffs, 4.5% chance at the Super Bowl. And the seventh team would be the LA Chargers. 9.4 wins. So 9 wins, 55% chance to get to the playoffs, and a 5% chance at the Super Bowl. So Ravens, Bills, Patriots, Bengals, Texans, Chiefs, Chargers are predicted to get to the playoffs, according to The Athletic.
Yeah, and it's the slimmest of margins. I mean, we're talking the teams that would be left out. The Broncos and the Jaguars both also have 9 wins.
Yep.
So you're talking there's the slimmest of margins here. The Chiefs also have 10 wins. The Chargers have 9 wins, like you mentioned. And then the Texans have 10 wins there. It's surprising to me that a team in the Patriots that we've talked about, everybody thinks they're going to take a step backwards because of the tough schedule. They had an MVP caliber quarterback. He was a few votes shy of winning the MVP. They add A.J. Brown. They add, more. They shore up the offensive line a little bit. You think that's going to get a little bit better. They've got another year of Drake May in a system that you think is going to get better. If everybody thinks that, a guy like Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels is going to get better with another year in a system, Drake May should also only get better with another year in Josh McDaniels' system. But everybody is saying, including this model, which is not like people, this is a model, this is, math and equations putting this into this, is saying that, 10 wins versus 11 wins. The Chargers having 9 wins versus the Broncos. Now, this doesn't take into account that Tyler Biadasz, their center, is now going to be out for an indefinite amount of time, which
doesn't look good.
Does not look good for their center. So that doesn't take into account that injury. So, Justin Herbert now loses his center for what could be an extended period of time into the season. That offensive line takes another hit. So, but again, the question from the teams that you just mentioned that I have for the two of us, we throughout the offseason have counted out the Kansas City Chiefs because we believe, and I'm speaking for you here when I say we, obviously.
Good. Finish out the hour with it.
We believe that they just don't have the weapons. They don't have the weapons on offense to complement Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Now, he's Patrick Mahomes. Can he get something out of nothing? Sure. He's done it before. But at this stage in Patrick Mahomes' career, coming back from injury, can he get something out of nothing? Can he take this offense to the playoffs? Is this Chiefs team a 10-win team that can get to the playoffs with the weapons that they've put around Patrick Mahomes and also losing some key pieces on defense like Trent McDuffie, who they traded to the Rams? They'll still have a decent defensive line, but you've got a really young secondary. You've got, an aging Travis Kelce. You've got younger guys on offense as well. So I just don't know if everybody else, they're the favorites to win their division on DraftKings. They've got 10 wins here on The Athletic. Are we sleeping on the Chiefs?
I think we might. And I think that's what I also take away from this projection from The Athletic is that Kansas City's getting the due respect that they're a playoff team, a wild card team, winning, essentially 10 games is what they're projecting out. I would also add to it, we know that the NFL season does not play out exactly almost how it played out the year before. And so I will say this, the rest of the teams in the AFC, so we listed off the playoff teams, Ravens, Bills, Patriots, Bengals, Texans, Chiefs, Chargers. The two teams that are on the outside looking in, Broncos, Jags. All right, both good teams. It's going according to script for the most part. Who are the two teams that are like behind the two teams that are left out of the playoffs? Steelers, Colts. All right, that sounds surprising. Steelers, Colts. Yeah,
No,
they're teams that should be good enough to win 8 games, but not good enough to make the playoffs. Okay, fair. Who are the teams that are bad? Well, it's the Raiders, Titans, Jets, Browns, and Dolphins. Yeah, that's all
Not surprising.
according to plan. So I guess like the thing that I would take away is I agree. Maybe we are sleeping on Kansas City. Or perhaps that's like the miss of the projections. Is that Kansas City won't be a playoff team and it will be someone else that's not it. I think it's Denver. But based on the win projection that the Athletic has, that entire division is good.
Oh, yeah,
Like
absolutely.
the Raiders, they're projecting the Raiders at 6 wins. And then everyone else is 9 or above. Like that's a really good division.
Yeah.
So, but I agree with you. I do think we are sleeping on the Chiefs to some extent.
Yeah, I feel like right now, when you look at it, the Broncos in that division are behind the Chargers and the Chiefs. And if you look at the way this formula played out, they're behind the Chargers and the Chiefs. And again, this hasn't taken into account the injuries are starting to pile up for the Chargers. It's not good. It doesn't look good for them right now. The way that Mike McDaniel wants to run that offense is he wants to run fast. And with the injuries to the offensive line that are piling up, I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. And that's going to be, once again, Justin Herbert running around for his life, unable to run the football. And I don't know if they're going to be able to survive those injuries again. And it's going to be another year where they might just end up being around 500 and not being able to make the playoffs.
ESPN.com also has an article up about the best teams to have never won the Super Bowl based on DVOA rankings and ratings. And Aaron Schatz, who's the godfather of DVOA, it's efficiency metric that takes offense, defense, special teams, and every down and distance for an entire season. They come up with one number, and then they rank the teams. And Abdalla and I like to talk about DVOA throughout the season. The article up there points out that the Ravens in 2023, they're the best team ever, according to DVOA, that did not win the Super Bowl. 2023 Ravens. And the Ravens actually had two teams on the list. They also had the 2024 Ravens. They were fourth on the list. Best teams to never win the Super Bowl. How disappointing have the Ravens been the last couple of years? The fact that, obviously Harbaugh is now in New York.
Yeah.
Not their problem. New coaching staff, Jesse Minter, The Athletic, projecting them to be the best team in the conference. They've been one of the best teams based on advanced analytics for the last couple of seasons. Yet, this is where they're at. They haven't won the Super Bowl. They haven't been to the Super Bowl.
Well, look, I think anytime you've got an MVP on your team and you don't win the Super Bowl, it's disappointing. How do the Rams feel last year? Disappointed. How do the Patriots feel having their MVP caliber quarterback come in second and not winning the Super Bowl? Disappointed. How does Josh Allen and the Bills feel when he won MVP and they didn't win? Disappointed. You've got Lamar Jackson who's won it twice.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're disappointed.
Well,
and
he's won it twice, and the teams that he's been on aren't just like, oh, well, they have the MVP and the rest of the team stinks.
No, they've been great.
Some of the best teams we've seen in recent history that have not won a Super Bowl.
Exactly. And the expectations this year is that they could be even better than that, and they have a first-time head coach and also a first-time play caller. Like, they've got a guy that hasn't called plays before. And so all of that factoring in, and they're still the favorites to win the AFC by every formula and every odds maker.
Yeah.
So this is a lot of pressure on the Ravens and on Lamar Jackson and everybody to come in and try to win a conference this year in a year two where they're trying to work out a contract extension for Lamar and rework his deal, because every year it seems like the cap hit is outrageous for him, and they try to keep adding players to keep this roster intact and try to add key players, because when you have a two-time MVP on your roster like Lamar, you don't want to lose that. You don't want him to become a free agent and have to trade him because the contract is too big, or he becomes disgruntled or something like that. So they need to win at a certain point. It seems like this time, this is their best shot to do that.
And Jesse Minter taking over for John Harbaugh.
It's a big dude.
Well, thank you, John.
Oh,
it's a big dude.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John Harbaugh. It's a big dude. Yes,
it's a big dude.
He was talking about Najee Harris. That's what he was talking about.
Najee is a big dude.
It's a big dude.
It's a big dude.
Yes. Thank you, John Harbaugh. Yes. Add him to the board. Yep.
The large male.
Easy. So there you go. There's John Harbaugh.
It's a big dude.
New piece of audio we have added to the show. Yes.
Put it on the board.
Put it on the board.
Yes.
I'll put that. Let's see.
It's a big dude.
Big dude can go right next to the QVC lady hosting the show live, and she said this.
I
Yes.
love to show the texture and this wave pattern. Again, it looks like you went and got a blowout at your salon. And it looks beautiful.
All right, so here's what's happening today. We're having a huge...
The all right so is just so
right,
great.
It's a big dude. It's a big dude.
So great, and I'll put Harbaugh right between the QVC lady, and then I'll put him right between that and the Good Day Detroit.
Fat and the Beaver.
Yeah.
The Beaver is the Beaver is the most sought after.
It is.
I think you should. Yeah.
Ryan, do you think you could eat beaver?
Mm-hmm. The big dude goes right in between the beaver and the blowout.
Oh, yeah, I think that on the soundboard.
Yeah, on the soundboard.
On the soundboard,
right between the beaver and the blowout.
That's where I'll place it. I think I'll place it.
Fat and the Beaver.
Yeah.
The Beaver is the Beaver is the most sought after.
It is.
Ryan, do you think you could eat beaver?
There's gonna be a day. There's gonna be a day. There's gonna be a few days.
Yeah.
When you're out.
Sure.
And I get the controls.
Yeah, okay.
And we're gonna have a day.
Is this a warning?
It's a warning shot.
It's a warning shot. Wow.
It's a warning shot to Raj, most likely, that I'm just gonna have a day. We're just gonna be hitting buttons.
We're just
Gonna
going to
be like, what does this one do? What does this one do?
What is this one?
What does this one do?
What is this one?
Where's the tassels?
Children.
It's Russell Wilson. It's spicy. Yes. Yes.
Where's the tassels on the pasties? Is it
I
this
had
one?
tassels
There it
on my
is.
pasties.
Yeah, that's another QVC lady. Tassels on the pasties.
Like giving a
I had
six-year-old,
tassels on my
like giving a
pasties.
6-year-old kid a fart button. That's Abdalla if we
No, I
let him
know,
go anywhere
that's
near
why.
that.
I'm gonna be bopping it and pulling it and
Easy.
Twist it?
twist it, bop it, pull it, pass it.
Oh, that's great. Could a starting quarterback and a Rookie of the Year favorite have the worst contracts in the NFL? We'll tell you who those players are coming up next. This summer, the DraftKings Sports app is now available in all 50 states.
Your DraftKings customers sign up with code BNA26 and spend $5 to get $150 in rewards within 14 days. That includes all markets.
That's code BNA26 for Bleck and Abdalla 26. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Connecticut. Call 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org on behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas. Bet tax pass through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus void in Canada. Event contract trading with DraftKings predictions involves risk of loss. Availability varies. Predictions offer void in New York. Bet to get bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Trade to get prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. $50 in rewards issued every 7 days via click to claim for 14 days. One non-withdrawable reward redeemable. Nationwide based on sportsbook predictions and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state. Terms at dkng.co/offer. Limited time offer.
Deshaun Watson outdueled Shedeur Sanders in the Browns preseason opener. Can Sanders make up ground when he gets the start Saturday against Buffalo? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Yes, we count down the days to the start of the NFL season. It's a segment we like to call here on the show. Each day throughout the summer of football.
I proclaim this the summer of
Football!
What the hell's going on out here? We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party. Only Brett Favre could do that. I don't care what you say.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
We need a National Guard. We need as many men as you can spare because we are killing the Patriots.
The summer of football with Bleck and Abdalla.
I throw, you catch. It's not that hard, okay?
Westwood One Sports, your home for the NFL. Super Bowl 61 in Los Angeles. And the opener and all the big games throughout the season. The opener with the Seahawks and the Patriots. You can listen to it right here on Westwood One Sports. Abdalla, we are 21 days away from the start of the NFL season. 21 days.
3 weeks.
Can't wait.
3
So 21 days
weeks
till the start of the NFL season. Today, we are looking at the NFL's worst contracts by position. CBS put this together. So they essentially came up with the all overpaid team for 2026.
Okay.
So let's just discuss quarterback, wide receiver, running back.
All
because
right.
those are the marquee heavy hitters. And no disrespect to the beef on the lines, but let's focus in on quarterback, running back, and wide receiver.
I don't think the beef's ever overpaid.
No,
Like, you got to build with
Rarely.
beef.
Not on the offensive side.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get some guys who are overpaid on the defensive line, but usually offensive linemen, usually the ones that get paid are the good ones.
Yeah, exactly.
The really good ones. All right, so NFL all overpaid team for 2026. There's only one quarterback that really you can nominate for this. And you could probably have made him the all overpaid quarterback for the last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
Essentially since he got to his last team. And then he's been there. And he hasn't really played. He hasn't played well. And that's Deshaun Watson. His contract, 5 years, $230 million, fully guaranteed. He is the quarterback on the all overpaid team for 2026.
And do you remember when he signed that deal and everybody was like, oh no, this is going to change the way contracts are done.
Yeah.
Now every quarterback is going to want this. Nope.
No quarterback has gotten it.
No quarterback has gotten it since because every owner was like, absolutely not. We're going to do that.
Right. Like, I'm sure other quarterbacks would love it. Everyone would love the guaranteed money on their contract.
Everybody,
of
I'm
course.
sure, has asked for it to open negotiations.
Nobody has gotten it.
Nobody's getting that.
So Deshaun Watson coming in $230 million, fully guaranteed, 5 years. That is the worst quarterback contract in the NFL. If we go to running back, it's an interesting conversation. CBS is saying the all overpaid running back is Jeremiah Love for the Arizona Cardinals. 4 years, $53 million, fully guaranteed. Third overall pick in the NFL draft this past spring.
That doesn't seem fair because he was drafted. It's like it's slotted.
It's an assigned draft slot. Yep.
Yeah. He can't control. Like, again, that's on the Cardinals for drafting him there. And he's going to be their offense. And we saw, look, it's not his fault that they kept him in there for probably too many snaps and he's got a high ankle sprain, but we saw how dynamic he can be. He's going to be a great player in this league. I think he's going to be amazing this year, assuming he stays healthy because of this high ankle sprain. If he's good to go week 1 and fully healthy and this doesn't linger throughout the season because it is that high ankle, I think it'll be great.
Yeah, the article points out that Jeremiah Love, as a rookie without playing in the NFL, has more guaranteed money on his contract than any other current running back contract that's out there.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson, $51 million. Jeremiah Gibbs, Jahmyr Gibbs with 51.4. Jonathan Taylor, 39. Saquon Barkley, 36.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is more a selection and that's a process of how he is drafted.
Yeah.
Right? Like Jeremiah Love selected later. You know, if he's selected 12th, this isn't on the list.
No, of course it's not.
But because he was the third overall pick, he gets the 53 guaranteed dollars. And then for wide receiver, most overpaid team by CBS, selecting the players for each position, wide receiver Chris Godwin. 3 years, $66 million with $44 million of it guaranteed with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and this says it's because he has missed a combined 18 games over the last 2 seasons, 8 in 2025, career lows in catches and receiving yards, second fewest receiving touchdowns of his career last year. He's going to make $22 million in guaranteed salary this season. And if you go to tight end real quick, too, Tampa Bay's got that, too. So Tampa Bay's got wide receiver and tight end in Cade Otton, their tight end.
And then so they want to avoid making quarterback a part of that going forward.
Yeah, but you need to pay your quarterback.
If you paid Baker Mayfield $60 a year, that's still not going to be one of the worst quarterback contracts that exists.
Of course it's not.
Because he can play.
Yes.
And I think that's when you look at it, like just look at the stats of Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm.
Watson hasn't played. He hasn't been available.
No.
So there you go. Summer of football, day 21 days till the start of the season. How about that, Abdalla?
Man. Can't wait.
The all overpaid team from CBS Sports.
And only 62 days until the start of the NBA season.
Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah. Do you want to man that countdown?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No. I don't care about that. We're gonna be talking ball every day. We don't need an NBA countdown. We're gonna be talking football every day. We don't need an NBA countdown.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. You know, talking ball, but it's also NFL and college. We love college football as well.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this going around yesterday. On 3, J.D. Pickle. He was taking a caller who was saying that people don't understand that he needs to watch the entire college slate, right? Early morning, all the way until the late Hawaii game.
From noon till 3 a.m.?
Yeah, you got to stay up for all of the college football all day long.
All
so
right.
that's what this is, this piece of audio. It's a caller giving an opinion to the host, JD, on how sometimes people just don't get it. That you got to watch the entire college football slate. Take a listen to this.
Biggest college game day pet peeve is when my friends and family don't understand that the whole slate matters.
Sometimes in life and in college football, you have to cut people off, man. You know? Like, you can't make them get it for you. You can explain it. You can't make them understand it. And the thing that you venture into, in your circumstance, hey, I want to be with you to watch the Florida game. Call it a 3:30 kick. Great. Well, you're locked into the noon slate. So leading up to that, you're trying to watch every single snap until Florida plays.
Sure.
And you got people coming over probably a little bit before the game starts, and they're talking there.
I mean, there's nothing worse than when people come over.
Talking and yapping.
When people come over and talk to you and communicate.
It's the worst. I hate communicating.
Yeah, it's the worst. Talking is the worst.
I hate it.
I mean, who would do that for
a living?
For a career in living.
For a living?
Know where the bathroom is. Hey,
getting those people to the bathroom is always a problem, too.
I hate going to the bathroom.
Helping those who come over to your house and talk to you, escorting them to the bathroom, always a problem. I agree with Pickle.
Do you have any snacks? Meanwhile, it's a close game in the big noon kick. You got Texas and Ohio State going at it.
Big nooner.
You got Oklahoma, Michigan going at it, and you're missing the end of the fourth quarter because you're playing host.
Now, to be fair, haven't we commented? I know that this network did not exist last football season, but the Bleck Abdalla show existed.
Yeah.
And we talked college football. Wasn't one of the topics that we had is that the big nooner last year was kind of not great.
The big nooner was kind of a snoozer.
They had like two nooners. They had two good nooners.
Two solid nooners.
And that was it. Like everything else was like Indiana against directional school.
Yeah, they've kind of moved all of the good games to the 3:30 slate.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if that's good. I don't know if Pickle is really locked into the big nooner like he's saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to cut people off. Or on the back end of that, game's finishing up, and you're excited to watch the primetime game, and they're talking about, well, where should we go now? You want to come to dinner? You're like, no, I don't want to go to dinner. I want to watch the end of this game. I want to watch the next game.
No dinner. No dinner. No, I don't want to go to dinner.
I don't want to go to dinner on a Saturday night.
It sometimes gets kind of sticky transitioning from game to game. And so it might be in your best interest.
Man.
I know it hurts, but it might be in your best interest to say, hey, family, I love you. Friends, I love you. I'll see y'all Sunday. I'm sorry. I got a mission. I got a goal. I got a standard for myself here. If you can't meet that with me, I'll see you tomorrow.
I have a standard.
I got a standard.
Here.
I have to hold myself.
I have a standard for me here.
I have to hold myself to a higher standard, to a higher level that y'all, because it's college football season.
Yes, of course.
Y'all don't understand.
I got to hold myself to a higher standard.
I'm sorry.
I take this as seriously as the coaches poll. I need to watch all of the action. I hold myself to a higher standard.
Is for the coaches poll. Dan Lanning is relying on me
to watch,
to make his vote for him. Okay? I don't think you understand.
I got a mission. I got a goal. I got a standard for myself here. If you can't meet that with me,
find yourself a new family member.
Go get a new family.
Get a new family.
Okay, I'll say this. As someone who used to be there in life, and now I'm on the other side where I'm 41, a bit washed. Tell me you're a guy in your 20s without telling me you're a guy in your 20s, then that rant.
Yeah.
Right? There is nothing more guy in your 20s trying to tell everyone you need to sacrifice the family and everything else because the full slate of college football is on. And so goodbye, family. There's nothing more 20s guy thoughts than that. And at one point, I was that.
Oh, yeah. At one point, I was that. I was also the guy that used to let the loss affect me.
Oh, yeah.
For hours and hours, and it would ruin the night. Like an Alabama loss on a Saturday would ruin dinner with my now wife.
Yeah.
She'd be like, well, there goes the night because Alabama lost or didn't win by enough.
Boy, do you remember when we were at the bar not too far from where we're at right now? The bar's long gone. They closed. ASU USC.
Oh, yeah.
And USC lost on a Hail Mary to Arizona State.
R.I.P. your phone.
I took my phone and I spiked it off of the counter, the bar top.
Marble.
And it flew across the bar onto the ground, shattered.
Yep.
Because of how pathetic. I believe that was the Kiffin era.
Yeah, it was.
If I remember correctly, that was a botched end-of-game situation. Kiffin, head coach, ASU
That
wins.
wasn't the tarmac game, was it?
Maybe it was. USC was on the road, and ASU was at home, and they got the Hail Mary at the very end. And I spiked the phone off the top of the bar. And meanwhile, we were there for like 7 hours.
That was a 62-41 loss. It wouldn't have been a last-second game. Yeah.
But I do believe it. I thought it was the Kiffin era. Maybe I'm off on that. But yeah, you're right. I don't let that stuff get me to that point anymore.
No.
But
It'll affect me for like an
family.
hour.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye, family. I'll see y'all later. Or now, like,
the worst is inviting people over and having to talk to those individuals I invited over. What do you want? Food, snacks? What do you want? The bathroom?
There's an understanding that like I gotta watch things. You know, like I gotta watch stuff.
Yeah.
But like it also doesn't. You know, there's like hey, you got to be present. you know what I mean? Like it's not gonna impact my entire. I'm locking myself in a cave, a man cave.
You're locked into the noon slate.
From
so leading
noon
up to that, you're trying to watch every single
3
snap
a.m.
until Florida plays. And you got people coming over probably a little bit before the game starts, and they're talking. They're wanting to know where the bathroom is. Hey, do you have any snacks?
Bathroom and snacks. First of all, if you wanted to watch the games by yourself, why are you inviting people over?
Get out of here.
Wait,
well, you know who invites them over? My wife. Inviting all these people over.
All these talking, snack-eating bathroom goers over to our house.
All these.
I'm trying to watch the big nooner.
All these people. And worst of all, I gotta take care of my kids on that day.
Well, I've got to watch the big nooner. It's wrapping up. Text from the 806. You can always text the show 310-840-4910. Here's the text from the 806. Quote, I hate going to the bathroom. End quote. LMAO. I'm really starting to like this show. You guys are pretty good. Thank you. Thank you, 806. Appreciate that. I mean, that's hilarious. From the 916, that is 100% changing once he has kids. LOL, unless he does have kids, in which case, Bubba, we got problems.
Oh, you got to train him early. Well,
no, I mean.
You got to train him early because now, listen, I started training my daughter last year because when preseason started this year and she goes, Daddy, is football on? And I go, that's football. And she went,
that's football. And she went outside and played in the dirt by herself.
No, she didn't. She put her hands up in the air and started yelling, yeah, football. And I was like, and the look on my wife's face, she knew she had lost the war. She had lost, not just the battle, she had lost the war. And I was like, yes.
Boy.
Now I have won, and we can watch football together.
Tell me you are a dude in your 20s.
Yeah.
Without telling us that you're a dude in your 20s.
And that's fine.
Say, hey, family,
listen,
I love you, friends, I love you. I'll see y'all Sunday.
That's a way to live for a while.
I'm sorry.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I got a mission. I got a goal.
I'm on a mission.
I got a standard for myself here. If you
I've
can't
got a
meet
standard
that with
for
me,
myself.
I got a standard. A
If you
high
can't
standard.
meet that, if you're one of those bathroom-going, snack-eating, talking folk.
I hate going to the bathroom.
I've got a standard. Shut up. Don't eat anything and don't go to the bathroom.
In your circumstance.
He's eating that.
I want to be
goop.
with you to watch the Florida game. Call it a 3:30 kick. Great.
So you can stay
you're locked
hydrated.
into the noon slate. So leading up to that, you're trying to watch every single snap until Florida plays. And you got people coming over probably a little bit before the game starts.
Don't ask for snacks.
And they're wanting to know where the bathroom is.
Oh, the bathroom,
hey,
no.
Do you have any snacks?
Bathroom, snacks, and talking. It's the worst combination. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Could we have a hint at who the NFL's next hot play caller offensively could be? We'll tell you about that coming up next.
The Cowboys have added future Hall of Famer Von Miller to a young defense that Jerry Jones loves.
They can be a part of making something from the ground floor.
Will the D in Dallas this season stand for defense?
Get on the wagon with the Dallas Cowboys.
Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
You can always check out the podcast of Bleck Abdalla on Apple and on Spotify. Make sure you like and subscribe. Also on YouTube, Bleck Abdalla Show. Like and subscribe to the channel. You can watch the show live each and every day. That's where the live stream is broadcasted on our YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdalla Show. Thank you to Raj and Jude for producing today's show. Jim Rome and the Jim Rome Show is coming up in about 12 minutes right here on Westwood One Sports. Could we have a hint at who the next NFL hot play caller offensively could be? Have we maybe seen a hint of that here in the preseason? The question comes up because last year the Ravens hired Declan Doyle to be their offensive coordinator. He was in Chicago with Ben Johnson. And in the preseason, Ben Johnson let Declan Doyle call plays in the preseason games to get some experience because before that, he has had no play calling experience, gets the gig with the Ravens without ever being an offensive coordinator who calls plays. The reason being is Ben Johnson in Chicago calls his own plays.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how do you, as an offensive coordinator, get that experience if your head coach is an offensive guy calling his own plays? The same would go for any Rams assistants, any 49ers assistants offensively, because Shanahan calls the plays.
Chiefs.
McVay calls the plays. Kansas City, we've seen that play out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Matt Nagy took the job to be the offensive coordinator with the Giants.
Yeah.
Because now he's going to call his own plays. He got the gig as a head coach with Chicago, even though Andy Reid was the play caller originally in Kansas City. Didn't work out well for Matt Nagy. So who's the next name who could be the guy on the list of play callers around the league? Could it be, if you go back to Chicago, Declan Doyle gets hired by the Ravens as offensive coordinator, no play calling experience. Could that next coach to get the opportunity be wide receivers coach for the Chicago Bears, Antoine Randall, former wide receiver in the NFL? He is, from what we've heard here in Chicago, people talk very highly about Antoine Randall.
Yeah.
And so to tie this all together, the game that took place on Saturday against Cleveland, the second half, the Bears put up points. They were moving the football with their backups, their third, fourth stringers, and they were scoring points on the Browns. Randall L. was the one calling the plays because Ben Johnson wants him to get the experience as a play caller like he did for Declan Doyle.
Mm-hmm.
So could Antoine Randall L. be the next hot name that we hear as far as offensive-minded candidates for teams for offensive coordinator and then eventually head coaches in the league?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you saw from last season, the Bears didn't block anybody from going and seeking interviews. Coaching staffs will do that from time to time. They'll block people from going and seeking interviews or from teams wanting to interview them. Ben Johnson's never been a guy that will go and do that. And you see Ben Johnson didn't really come from a coaching tree, right? He was at Boston College for a few years as a graduate assistant and a tight ends coach, and then he goes with Dan Campbell to Miami.
Yep.
And he works his way up from an assistant quarterbacks coach, tight ends coach, wide receivers coach, and then he goes with Dan Campbell to Detroit, where he, again, works his way up. Tight ends coach, passing game coordinator, offensive coordinator, and then we know now he's the head coach of the Bears. So is he off the Dan Campbell tree, and then now he's got Declan Doyle, and then maybe eventually Antoine Randall L. will be the next guy who gets a shot at being a play caller off of the Ben Johnson tree, because we're starting to hear Ben Johnson's name mentioned with Shanahan, with McVay, with Andy Reid as these offensive great coaches, and people are starting to say, don't be surprised if the Bears have one of the best offenses in the NFL this year. The defense is going to be bad. Defense is going to be great. But the offense has an opportunity to be one of the best in the NFL this year.
I would also say, if people are projecting out to names that could be who are positional coaches who could be head coaches someday, it does feel like they've definitely put everything behind Antoine Randall L.
Mm-hmm.
On the defensive side, you mentioned the defense wasn't good, but last year the Chicago defense secondary was great. Led the league in takeaways.
Mm-hmm.
They had a bunch of backup players that were thrown into roles that they were prepared for, and they played well and excelled in those situations.
And that's because of?
The name is Al Harris.
Yep.
Used to play for the Packers. He's won a Super Bowl in Green Bay. He was a 2-time Pro Bowler. From what we've heard here in Chicago, not only do people rave about Antoine Randall offensively, people rave about Al Harris.
And Al Harris could have taken other jobs and chose to stay in Chicago.
If I had to guess, Al Harris someday will be a head coach in the NFL.
Absolutely.
The way people talk about him up there at Hallis Hall with the Chicago Bears, that so Ben Johnson, not only is he allowing these positional coaches to get experience, but from what we're hearing, there's some of the best at those spots where at some point they're going to leave and they're going to go have their own team.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's not a problem, I don't think, especially offensively, because the Bears have Ben Johnson, right? As long as you have Ben Johnson there calling plays and designing your offense and being a guy who, if you've heard us talk about the article that was written in The Athletic, he wants to be a guy that just piles points upon points and has blowouts and just, doesn't take the foot off the gas. I think he's going to be a guy that you don't have to worry about, is the offensive coordinator leaving? That's why you have these teams that go to offensive coaches a lot, because you don't have to worry about your offensive coordinator leaving all the time.
I would say this. Well done. I think you pitched a shutout today.
Oh, thanks.
I think that was really early on. You were on fire and you kept it going. I think that was outstanding.
Thanks. Well, it's a credit to the defense.
Yeah, if you listen to the entire show, you know what we're talking about. We appreciate you. It's Bleck Abdalla. Jim Rome is coming up next.
This is Westwood One Sports.